I'ma ball like I'm AI. I ain't never got to practice.
Blacker Group is one of the UK's leading sound, lighting, audio-visual and stage installation companies. Our sound, lighting, AV and stage installations can be found at venues ranging from exclusive restaurants to government institutions and corporate facilities. At Blacker Group, we offer an unrivaled level of service. Our experienced engineers only use the very best equipment tailored to your specific needs. And the service doesn't stop there. Our 24/7 maintenance team are on hand just in case anything goes wrong. So, if you're considering a new installation or have any sound or AV problems at your venue, contact the Blacker Group today on 0161 477 9300 or visit us online at blackergroup.com. At Blacker Group, we have been manufacturing speaker cabinets and flight cases for over 25 years. All our work is designed and manufactured at our Cheshire factory by master craftsman Tony West. Blacker acoustic speakers are built to the highest standard and renowned for their sound quality. That's why you'll find them everywhere.
Jeez. Yo, that better now? Nah. It was low in it. All right, let's start this shit.
Let us know if you can hear us now. Better. Yo, Delian, my guy.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear us now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear us now? Good, brother, yeah?
Should be able to. So, yeah, we'll start the intro again. We'll do this all over again. So, yes, people, welcome to From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Tape Note, also joined by my two fellow co-hosts, JV and Mr. I've seen more in the night than you've seen in your life, Stroke. What's going on, Stroke? What's going on, JV? You, man, good? Also joined by a very special guest as well. It's a very, very special guest, Mic Check Media DJ, my OG, AV8. What you saying, AV8? You good?
Oh, we're all good. We're out in the field. Where's Alfred? Where is
Where's Alfred? Where's Alfred? So we will be discussing, of course, both Manchester clubs being dumped out of Europe, Bayern Munich being destroyed. Well, Bayern Munich destroying Barcelona, Mbappe's tweet, plus more. We'll be getting into all of that. So, like I said, where I want to start is Mbappe's tweet. So, obviously, Leon beat Manchester City 3-1, knocked them out in the Champions League. And then Mbappe then tweeted out in capital letters, he put Farmers League, had the clown emoji, and then added Leon. bear in mind, Mbappe is not a Lyon player. But it's great to see. I just love trolling at the highest level, first and foremost. I love it. I love to see people react like that and not in a professional manner. Secondly, Farmers League is a social media like term. Like that's not in mainstream. So that goes to show you that someone at the highest level, which Mbappe is at, is paying attention to what's going on. Like they listen. Like when we be tweeting and we're on shows like this and YouTube shows are going on and fan channels, etc. Footballers be paying attention.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They be paying attention.
You know what it is with him though?
Yeah, go on.
He's that age where social media is the norm. So he's grown up with a Facebook account from he's a kid and you know what I'm saying, and all these things there where we might have come in as we're older. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he's grown with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, he'll be all over it.
Yeah. So the fact that he tweeted, I just love to see it. And then I thought, I just did. I love to see it because, like I said, football is like the majority of them are very professional. So when I see them act human, and not like the professional ones don't, but when I see them act quote unquote unprofessionally, it's great to see because that's how I would react if I was in a league and someone was calling it the Farmers League and someone's trying to downplay, my team and the things we are doing in the French league, and in the French league knock out the second best team in the country, and like we have two semi-finalists in the Champions League. I'ma tweet that out, be like, Farmers League, now what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you gonna take shots because people do discredit we will get to that as well. Asked about Oli out. People try and discredit the French league, and no, it's not the greatest league. We know this, but to call it a Farmers League is disrespect. Because what I don't understand is you call it a Farmers League, but then people will tell you Mbappe's the best teenager on the planet or the best young player on the planet. So you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, what though? This is where it don't make sense. I've not even checked this stat, but I know it'll be right. Every top team right now has got a French player in it.
Yeah.
This is valid. I'm trying to
every top team right now will have a French player in it, even if it's one.
Liverpool got a French player. Who's your French player?
Oh, no, we ain't got one.
Okay, I'm just trying to think, but yeah,
maybe.
Paul.
There you go.
The majority do. That's what I was asking.
The majority. There's an exception.
Yeah,
but I said I didn't check it, so I'll stand by it. Get at me in the comments. At me. You know how you man get along. You know what I'm saying? How you man get down.
But Derek Arrigue is French speaking. Mane French speaking, and what is it? Is it Matip?
Matip.
There's some French in there, man.
You're spot on. And they won the World Cup.
So exactly, that was my next point. But then, even if you look at Arrigue, where's he come from? He's come from France. So maybe he's not be French himself. He's played in that league. Do you get what I'm saying? He's played in that league. I think it was is it Lille?
Lille. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Lille. Look at Lyon, for example.
Yeah.
Over the past, we'll say 10 years or so, how many top, even longer, you know what I'm saying, innit? How many top players?
Jaden even said it here, Jaden Burt Williams. Arrigue came from Lyon.
How many top players has Lyon itself produced? The list is endless,
he went through, and he only went through a few. I know Benzema, obviously, they know as well.
Benzema, Ben Arfa, Nasri, Lacazette.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Through there.
You know what I'm saying. Then you can
go.
Aubameyang
was there as well at some point.
A lot of them French players, they move around. Martial started there. You get what I'm saying? He might have been at Monaco.
Bernardo Silva, Fabinho.
There you go. French league. The French league's fire, bro.
That's a list.
How can we call it a Farmers League when? All right, then you don't hear about. Look at Monaco a few years back. Look at that Monaco team and how far they went in the Champions League. Yeah. They kind of changed football to the point where, I'm not saying they changed the whole game, but they switched it up where they made everyone like, wait, who are you? And if you notice, that whole team got bought.
Yeah, that team did get
that whole team got stripped apart.
The whole team.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
As well,
and they come back again. How can it be a Farmers League if man are buying every... It can't be Farmers League if you go there to shop. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Can't be Farmers League if you go there to shop. Man can't be saying Foot Locker's dead, but man's rigged out in Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? They can call it the Farmers League, but everybody knows when you get that fresh organic meat, it's
there you go.
From that Farmers
That's what I'm saying.
League,
they've got that fresh organic talent, bro.
So that's why it was great to see, like I said, Mbappe's tweet, because I seen it and I was just like, that's great. I love that. Because that's how I would react. Like, 100%. That's me now. Like, I troll. Now, if I'm on the highest level, I wouldn't change that because... And I love the fact that it shows that not only is he paying attention, that the footballing world is paying attention.
Yeah, man.
Because like I said, that's not a term that's said on Sky or BT or BBC or Sky Sports. That is a social media term.
Yeah.
If you type in Farmers League on Twitter, it's going to be enough tweets that come up.
You know what it is as well, when we've just said they're like, they've won the World Cup.
Yeah.
They're not a team like, say, like a Brazil, where sometimes these men probably just play the youth football in Brazil and get bought at 16 and you move on. Nearly every single one of them players has played at some point in France.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can't be, you can't learn from this league how to play and how to do your thing. Yeah. Get to the top of the game. You've left this league. Oh, this league's dead now. No, it don't work like that. French football is it's given us some of the best footballers ever.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether they're French or not, or they've played there.
Played in France.
Have you seen just to go a bit off topic, but talking on the same point, have you seen the Anelka documentary?
I've not watched it yet, but
I've heard a lot about this.
Have you seen the bit where they're at the camp and you've got Henry and stuff like that? Like they've got similar to what England tried to do, where they sent everyone off to like a boarding school and stuff like that.
I know what it's called. Every big French player's been there.
No, this is what I'm saying. Zidane.
Like Lillyshaw.
It's exactly like Lillyshaw. But so you've got. So basically, when Anelka was coming through, and obviously you see it in the documentary, Henry was the year above, so he was like more senior. But it's like they live in a dorm. It's like a boarding school, but for the footballers, Zidane, Perez, Henry, like plays, Trezeguet, like
all these,
mate. When you watch this documentary and you see the standard that comes through that French academy and specifically that school and the players that they've brought out, like France,
Clairefontaine, there it is.
Mate, it's a different level. Like they are unbelievable. Some of the players that they've brought out as well, crazy.
Do you know what the maddest thing about that is as well? La Masia, the Barcelona one, that gets a lot of credit, but this is a national one,
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
This is a national academy.
Maybe England are missing a trick with that.
No, England,
we've
England
got our
did
St.
that.
George's Park, but
But that's new though, isn't it? St. George's Park.
Nah, England did that with Lillyshaw.
Yeah,
like,
Lillyshaw was before
but this is where we had the golden generation. Michael Owen went there. Jermaine Defoe, Rio Ferdinand went there. Alan Smith. Jamie Carragher, like Lampard, like all the top that you think of in England, top players, they all went through there. But we then decided.
But then we didn't coach him after it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
we give him Sven after that.
And salute to everybody salute to everybody who's in the comments. We will get to the comments. Obviously, if you are watching on YouTube, we will. If you super chat, we'll interject whatever conversation we're having. And salute to everybody who's listening via more traditional radio standards. DAB radio.
DAB, man.
DAB, or listening via the app, which is a little bit more up to date. Or you just gone old school with the website.
Man. Remember DAB, over 500,000 people we can reach, So all of you get locked in.
500,000.
You ain't got no excuses no more,
It's
not like when we was just in this room with the white walls without the soundproofing and that, and you had to go online, and you had the excuse, man. No, we got online.
Tell them again.
We got DAB, YouTube, Twitter, all of it. I have to say Twitter in the Brom accent. I don't know. It sounds better. You get me? But you know what I'm saying. We've got everything. So yeah, man. Blessed with the support. Keep locking in.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that because obviously, if without you lot, we'd just be here talking to ourselves, so we appreciate it. But I'm just going to run through some of the comments now. So Georgiev says, big up people, missed last week, but looking forward to a good 2 hours. Yeah, man, salute to you.
Yeah,
Georgiev.
salute, man.
Jaden Burt Williams said, yes, big up the show, especially Stro. Thiago is coming, you heard it here first. Go on then, Stro. What do you think quickly on Thiago, if he's coming or not? We'll go transfer up. This is from a fair eye view. Go on.
Nah, so Thiago's a funny one. So he's bought a house in Liverpool. That's confirmed.
Okay.
He's agreed 4-year contract, personal terms are agreed. The only issue is Liverpool's stance on it, and I completely agree with it. One, he's 29, so he goes against what we'd normally do, but Thiago is a world-class player. He'd be the best midfielder in our team by a long way. Apart from Fabinho, like, he's that level. But the problem is we can get him free in 5 months.
I heard this,
They want 30 million. Liverpool, with the way that we conduct business now, we're not going to pay 30 million for him. I can tell you that now straight away.
I think even anyone would, like, if you could literally get him for free in 5 months, I think anyone would have that stance.
But isn't it true, Stroll, with Liverpool as well? They've got that they've got some structure where they don't like to buy a lot of injured players.
Yeah.
So they won't pay money for a very much injury prone player.
Yeah. He's one of them, innit?
So we've got, not many people know this, but we've got a structure and an analytical team which one will scout players over a 3-year period. So you look at the Samiskas deal that we've just done. We've been scouting him for 3 years. Not necessarily that we were looking to buy him. We just scout players that are of good standard. But we've got like actual scientists that work with Liverpool and conduct it they're medical, so we always get medical reports and stuff like that. So you look at Thiago, yeah, he's injury prone, but he's world class. We'll get it done. 100% we'll get this deal agreed. It's just there's a 5 million thingy where we want to pay. We offered 18 million, then we went in with 22 million. We'll go up to 25 million, and I think Bayern will accept that because they can't risk losing him on a free. So yeah, it'll get done at some point.
Just quickly on that, how do these clubs manage to have players that good not wrapped up in contracts? How has he managed to be in the last 5 months of his contract?
You know
and
what?
he's potentially could go somewhere and they're going to have to accept a bid that they wouldn't normally accept if he was in contract.
Because Bayern Munich, they probably have someone there in place.
Yeah, they're probably just going to take someone from Dortmund.
They're probably going to take someone from Dortmund or have someone else.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, with the Bayern one, Thiago actually sat down with Bayern. He agreed personal terms with Bayern. And then something's happened where he now wants to move to the Premier League and suddenly Liverpool's a destination. So there's something, I don't know what's happened in that time, but there's something that's gone on where his agents have turned around and gone, look, Klopp's interested. Or do you know what I mean? Something along those lines. And then he stepped away from the Bayern Munich talk. So he actually sat down with him and said, look, I want this, and this to stay at Bayern. Bayern have gone, that's fine. Because everything in our midfield comes through you anyway. So,
it's a strange one.
So then he's then gone back to sign it, and then he's gone, actually, no, I want the Premier League, I want Liverpool.
It's so strange as well, because Bayern are normally so shrewd in their business. Yes. If anything, and we'll get onto this, when we speak about the European results, but they're easily, now for the past, say probably even about 10 years, probably the best run big club. Easily.
Like in terms of scouting. Just the whole, I looked, I don't want to go on too much. Like you said, you're gonna talk about talk about it later. But I looked at their bench, and I thought, wow,
innit?
That's all I said, I just thought, you know what I mean? That was against Barcelona, and that's all I'm gonna say. We'll continue on that one. Yeah,
we got smoke for later for Barca, but
at
the same time, you've got to realise that Bayern are now the benchmark, innit? So to me, Bayern are now what Barcelona were. Did you get what I mean?
Yeah.
They're what everyone wants to be now. Do you get what I mean?
And what I got to give credit to Bayern is that I've not heard for my long time. I'm an early 80s baby, very early 80s baby. They don't pay astronomical fees for players. Players do fit the Bayern mold.
Yeah,
and that's what I love about. That's what I've got to give and love about Bayern. They don't pay these astronomical
Which is why I like the way that we're starting to conduct business. If there's a player there where we have, for example, an Alisson, a Van Dijk, that's a game changer, then to be fair, it's the first time in my lifetime I've actually seen us go and pay it. But apart from that, we have a certain structure and it falls within that structure.
Do you know what it is with Bayern though? I'm just trying to think now. Someone in the comments, get at me if I'm wrong, but I can't remember them spending 50 mil. I can't remember
the last Sané, that's it.
Yeah, that's the big. But then you can do that because then, if you look at it, it's probably like money they've saved over like 5 years or so. Do you get what I mean? Probably saving up a little 10 mil each year, and I can buy him. You know what I mean?
Listen, we're gonna come on to it for the trolling, but the best bit of business Bayern done was loaning Coutinho, then bringing him on and making him score 2 against the team.
Yeah.
That he's come from.
Simple as that.
Best business ever.
All right, since we're there, let's get straight to it. Let's get straight to that game. Bayern Munich 8. Can't believe I'm saying this. Bayern Munich 8. Barcelona.
Say that again.
2. Bayern Munich 8. Like, this is like a FIFA score. Like, I was playing my little brother on FIFA. And I beat him 10-0 that day.
I seen that. You're snide, fam.
Nah,
you're horrible.
You're snide,
you're snide.
Especially with Arsenal, you know.
I was saying,
You know why I'm not snide, yeah? Because the kid, he likes to run his gum. So it's like, all right, you going to get this work?
Yeah. Watch. I bet you next time you go see him now, he's going to be playing rugby or something. Man, put him on football.
Now you got to get to it. Yeah, man likes to run his mouth. So it's like, all right, you going to get this work. Once you cross that white line, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And he made me pick Arsenal. He was like, yeah, you pick Arsenal. All right, cool. Let's keep it smart. Like, you don't get that work in it. Because then when he gets a little bit older, he's going to be cold at FIFA. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, so we're talking
it's a learning curve, man.
8-2 whooping.
Yeah, but let's back to the 8-2, yeah.
8-2 Barcelona.
It could have been more. Yeah. That was the worst thing about it. Like, literally, if it was 10 or 11-2, you wouldn't have been like, that was over the top. Yeah. Yes, like, the chances they missed. 8-2, they beat them 4-1 in both halves.
Was there not? There was a few quite incredible saves by Ter Stegen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, someone hit me up in the comments, or you know what I'm saying, flawless. But I'm sure he did 4 of them, which would have made it.
He did some outstanding saves.
It looked like it would have been 12-2. Do you know what I mean? 12 to
He
midnight.
did some.
You know,
You know what I'm saying? Man, I got times and score lines, bro. So like times.
Like, imagine it went double digits.
It could have.
That's what I'm saying.
But you know what the maddest thing is, and this is one thing for me now, in the past 2 years, this argument, which I'm about to get onto now, this put the nail in the coffin for me.
Oh, no, we going to get there, but just like further on the game, like we talk about Bayern Munich doing great business. How bad has Barcelona's business been in terms
Terrible.
of recruitment? Even the Coutinho, how is Coutinho how is he able to go on loan to Bayern Munich, come off the bench, play against you, come off the bench, score 2 goals and get an assist?
Do you know what it is though? I've clocked this with their league, La Liga. They don't, you know, like over here, we'd naturally just put in that clause, you can't play against us, innit?
Yeah.
For some reason, and this is even if they loaned him to someone in their league, they don't put that clause in.
No, it's a UEFA rule. It's a rule in
is it a rule
UEFA now.
over there?
No, it's not over there. It's a rule in UEFA now. UEFA got rid of the rule.
Yeah.
Oh,
2 years ago.
So
when
English clubs can't do it now.
So for example, you know when Chelsea had Courtois on loan from Atletico Madrid, they were due to play, or they played Atletico at some point in the group stages, and just before that, UEFA got rid of the rule completely.
That should be up to the club.
I don't, man. I like it, because because at the end of the day, you're saying Barcelona are saying that Coutinho isn't good enough for their club. But bear in mind, and I don't like Liverpool. I can say this right now. But you raided the club. They got the money that they wanted, right? And then he goes to Barcelona. And what the thing with Barcelona, which I find is quite strange, is why would you sell Neymar? And you know that Neymar and Messi are the number one. That partnership, I don't care what anybody's trying to tell me. It's not Neymar and Suarez. It's not Messi and Suarez. We're talking about Neymar and Messi.
Yeah.
As soon as he went, Messi was screwing, and that's when
here's
he
the
messed
thing,
up.
because they
That's
did
when
try
they messed up.
Yeah, they did try and block it, but Neymar wanted to move. Like
Don't
Neymar wanted to move, and I think that's gone wrong for both parties. Unless Neymar picks up the Champions League this season, which I don't believe they will. I think it's gone wrong for both parties.
You know what it is with Neymar? I don't think it's gone wrong for him because he is still doing his thing. His numbers are still thingy. He's still winning titles. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not Spain. He's not winning it in La Liga, but his numbers at PSG are ridiculous. He's still doing his thing. Whereas Barcelona, right, let me put it to you like this.
Go on.
Barcelona are worse off in that breakup there. That Neymar-Barcelona breakup. Barcelona are worse off than Neymar is.
They are worse off, but Neymar, how do I put this now? Even though his numbers are still great, to me, he's not elevated. He's not where he should be in terms of in his prime.
I understand what you
like
mean.
Neymar is not. It's hard to compare him to Messi and Ronaldo, but he was the next up to me behind Messi, not just at Barcelona and Ronaldo. He was the next in the footballing chain of things. Once they go, it was supposed to be him.
Yeah,
now,
for the Ballon d'Or, if you look at it,
I don't.
like that,
but now you look at it. Now you look at it with that. It's kind of like I think Mbappe outshines him.
Yeah,
I think if I have a choice between those two, I'm taking Mbappe.
all day.
To me, you're in his shadow.
Just depends on the position, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But for me,
Neymar, don't get me wrong, like people don't get it mistaken what I'm saying. Like Neymar is a quality player.
but I think
baller.
this is where I think PSG have got it. I've got it. If Messi and Ronaldo retire today, they've got the 2 best players. PSG have the 2 best players. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So even though he might not be, let me put it to you like this, and this is a point, and I'll get onto this in a bit as well. But now, if them 2 retire today, Messi and Ronaldo, he will now automatically be next in line for that crown. It will be him or Mbappe.
Yeah, but that's the thing is,
but that's
I don't.
what
The
he's
thing
saying,
is,
I
don't think it's a race. I think Mbappe takes.
I
it.
think Mbappe.
I don't even think
wins
it's
it.
close.
What do you think?
I think
Joe? Do you
Mbappe. I think
he wins
Mbappe,
that?
considering Neymar's supposed. How old is Neymar? 28, 29.
Yeah.
So you're supposed.
Yeah.
So you should. To me, you should be.
Yeah. When you put it like that.
You should be in your prime years. One sec, stroke. Mbappe's 19, 20.
Yeah.
And it's a conversation. The fact is, a conversation tells you, obviously, Mbappe a generational talent. Let's not get him mistaken. But I'm saying if Neymar stays at Barcelona, maybe being next to Messi, he kicks on to that next level. To me, he was next in line. Like Ronaldinho passed it to Messi. Messi was going to pass it to Neymar. Neymar dipped. It looks like to me to be the main man, and you're not even the main man at PSG.
So you've got it spot on. And this is, so you look at the Barcelona deal. Number one, the reason he left was because he felt like he was constantly in Messi's shadow. And being the player that he is and the man that he is, he wanted to prove himself at a team where he would be the main man. So, but if you look at the Griezmann deal this summer, the only reason why they went on and got Griezmann is because he didn't have the funds to get Neymar back. Messi begged the board, get Neymar back, bring Neymar back here, because he will win us the Champions League. So if you've seen, obviously the fact that Divock Origi broke Barcelona, that's another story. But if you look at the interview afterwards,
bogus.
If you look at the interview at the end of the season when Barcelona won the title, Messi basically does a speech and says, look, if I don't win you the Champions League next season or the season after, I failed. And there's a clip of that, and that was the thing.
Like on the pitch, innit?
Say that again. Who said that?
Messi on the pitch. Messi said that
2 seasons ago.
No, this was last season after we beat them in the Champions League. They won the league, and he basically said that in an interview where he's on the pitch. He's like, "Look, I have to win you the Champions League, otherwise I failed." Last game of the season. So then Messi turned around and did everything he could to get Neymar back. Problem is, Barcelona financially are in a mess.
They're. I don't understand how. Like, don't get me wrong. United get slated for, being in debt or whatever, not having money. But we've got money to spend. How does Barcelona, arguably, like...
They're one of the biggest clubs in the world.
I mean,
alongside.
With Nike and how they're marketed.
Yeah.
If you go into a Nike shop, there's a Barcelona kit. I can put my life on it. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't say that for every other team that's sponsored by Finger. You go in JD now, you go in Sports Direct, you go in all these shops. There will be all the finger kits, all the Prem kits, all the big teams, and there'll be a Barcelona kit.
Yeah, and the thing is, they have with Messi, you have arguably the most marketable player.
Yeah, I do not think they're marketing that properly. That you've got an absolute gold mine.
Yeah, with
it's
Messi.
Not being marketed.
How much money are they spending on his wages just to keep him at the club? Though that's what people I think are missing.
Could be.
Do you understand what I mean?
The thing is, though,
you know what?
I'm sure he's bringing that back in shirt sales.
I know, but here's the thing.
Yeah, but sorry,
go on.
JV. But what I'm saying is like. Looking at it like rationally, like I look at it and he's Messi is Barcelona at this moment. Yeah, the wages that he's on are astronomical. Do you know what I mean? How much of that money now, if you're talking about shirt deals and all these
sponsorships and stuff,
actually goes all in Messi's pocket.
Yeah, it might be. Do
you understand what I mean? We don't know.
We don't know the ins and outs.
If somebody can tell me in a comment, that's what might be the issue. Yeah. I don't know who owns them. Do you know what I mean? I have no idea. But there is that argument as well as the Barcelona. They see them. They don't see it. They see themselves. Is it Catalonia?
Catalonia.
And they don't want to be a part of the Spanish government. And they're saying the money's all going to Real Madrid, etc., etc. That's the narrative I look at it.
And plus, here's the problem with Barcelona is they are notorious panic buyers. So they lose. So you look at the Griezmann deal. That's a panic buy because they couldn't get Neymar. Paulinho, ultimate panic buy.
Oh yeah, they signed Paulinho.
Yeah. Oh, that brother who they brought this. What's it?
Braithwaite.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Braithwaite from the Spanish league.
Middles, bro.
Yeah, but because he was doing bits in the Spanish league, they then bought him for a panic deal because Dembele was injured. Yeah. Right, Dembele and Coutinho, ultimate panic buys for Neymar, and the Coutinho one is ridiculous, by the way. How do you let Liverpool put a clause in the contract that says if you want to buy another Liverpool player in the next 3 years, you have to put another 100 million on top of it? Who agrees to that?
They really thought that Coutinho was the saviour. Just bad business.
Nah, but you know what? Here's
really bad business.
Here's what it is for me.
Bad business.
You know when you actually look back on how Coutinho was done at Barca, I don't think he's done that bad at all.
No,
I just think they've got some weird thing with Brazilian players. They don't. It's like, all right, then how can I put it to you like this? How do you end up in a what was that game the other day? Quarterfinal? Champions League. How do you end up in a Champions League quarterfinal with Artur Vidal as a number 10?
Yeah, someone said that in the comments.
And you've got I can't even see the screen, I don't even know that. You've got Artur Vidal as a number 10 and 142 million number 10 on loan from your team. Yeah. On the other team, that is
on the other team's bench. Yeah,
that is,
and then he comes on.
That's genius.
That is mad, isn't it?
That is genius.
And then he comes on.
I'm going to say not genius by that. I'm saying you pointing that out. It's like you clearly have a space for a 10 if you want to play this diamond. Play Coutinho. Coutinho all of a sudden has turned into a bad player.
He's not. His numbers at Bayern this
poor
season
management.
are good numbers, bro.
He did well, and he came on the pitch and did very well also.
You know what? Another thing. Who is the manager at Barcelona?
Oh, he's getting sacked. I don't
know. No, he's been sacked.
No, I'm saying, who manages Barcelona? Messi or the manager?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's Messi.
Because Jaden Burt Williams here, I'm just going to call you JBW. We sort of have to say all three of your names. JBW. He said Messi controls the structure of the club from top to bottom.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think it is.
If you look at it now, like he's just pointed out JBW, a good example, because I was going to lead on to this. if you look at the age group, like I look at the age of the Barcelona team, right? And Messi's the main focal point. Is he 31 now?
Maybe
31, 32.
32.
Yeah.
Now, is it what's the kid that's come from? What's that kid that's the young kid, 16-year-old?
Oh, that fatty.
Fatty. They've got.
He's supposed to be. He's well regarded.
Yeah.
Well regarded, and then there's a couple other players who are young, but the gap in age in terms of development, how that's where I see bad. How are they going to fill that void?
It's a big void.
It's because you've lost. Obviously, the talent that you lose is hard to lose. Not only obviously losing Pep, but he were kind of successful after that. But Xavi, Iniesta, like you just don't replace two players like that on the pitch. Yeah. Also off the pitch.
But that's what they
like they are totally Mr. Barcelona through the both of them.
But this is what I mean by Barcelona ultimate panic buyers. Look at the age group of that. So Ter Stegen's a decent age, that's fine, but he's a goalkeeper. He can play till he's 40, right?
Yeah.
PK's 33, 34.
Yeah.
Busquets is 35.
Is Busquets that
but Busquets is around 33 to around that age.
Mid to late.
So he's mid 30s, right? Yeah. Then you look at who else is in there. Longolay's.
I don't know.
I can't remember. But Jordi Alba.
Yeah.
Another one that's getting on.
30.
Another one that's getting on, right? Messi getting on. Yeah. Suarez getting on.
Yeah, Suarez must be like
Vidal,
32 now.
Vidal getting on, right? And then only did not bought for 2-3 years.
But here's the thing, though. They bought that Artur, very good, young Brazilian.
And then you swap him for a Panic.
Then you swap him for a 32-year-old.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It seems that's what I'm trying to say, boys. Like the gap between Barcelona's academy, you just named it. Look, man, who's come out of there? The Ajax keepers come out of there.
Onana, yeah.
Onana. Is it Torre? I keep saying Torre. Armand Traore.
Adama Traore.
Icardi.
Icardi.
How did Icardi even know Icardi?
Icardi's from there.
Bag of young man have come out of that.
They should be there now.
Why are they not there?
Fabregas came out of there.
Well, that goes to show that it's just been bad business all around. Like we've spoke in depth about Manchester United.
Bellerin, even though he's not the greatest player now, he's still.
Yeah, we've seen.
He would do a job in that league. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
They can get away with them type of players.
Kid, he was at Everton and went to Watford.
Deulofeu. My man the other night who scored the winner for Leipzig, Danny Olmo. He's from there. You know what I'm saying?
But they've really done bad business in terms of transferring.
These are good players.
Buying and
selling. But that's what I mean, because they've not bought planning for 2-3 years time.
Exactly.
So for example,
I don't think they've done that since Xavi and Iniesta.
So for example, so what? 2020
in Danny Olmo also.
Yeah, in 2018 they should have gone. PK's getting on. We need to buy a Upamecano or a defender that can fill in and replace him, right? Yeah. They then should have looked at. So Frankie De Jong is a great buy, but he's not going to do it by himself.
No.
Yeah.
The forward line. You need a whole new forward line. Dembele's injured. Messi's. So I don't know if you've seen this, but Messi's basically leaving at the end of his contract next year. So he's done it. He's basically said he wants out of his contract.
You know what? Wow. No. Just 1 second on that. If he goes for free, they're done because they need that money to reinvest.
So this is the problem.
If he goes for free, they're crippled.
I seen their transfer fee something like 659 million.
That's his clause, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. That's his, in Spain you have them mad.
In Spain you have it's mandatory. You have a release clause. Mm-hmm. It's mandatory. But the problem is they're not going to get that because unless they sell him now, he's running his contract out.
So just a quick one. How much do you think because it's only City that can buy him or PSG and I don't know any other club.
Maybe United if we do the full budget.
How much do you think Messi is worth now?
It's crazy, bro.
See, you see, this is the problem because you can get him free next year. Yeah. It's not what you think it's going to be.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
here's the thing. I think the price tag on Messi is who's coming in for him. How badly if you badly need Messi,
you're going to pay what he wants.
Here's the point of the thing. Even if it's not a top club, so say for instance PSG don't win the Champions League, they go in for Messi.
Juve.
He's much more. Or a Juve go in for him.
Nah, Juve are trying to get rid of Ronaldo because his wages are too much.
Not in terms of wages, but again, going again to try and elevate you to win the next level. Like, say, for instance, a Manchester United go in for him. I think he'd be less because we're not, maybe United are a bad example. Say Liverpool, for instance. Yeah, we'll use Liverpool. Thank you, Show. Yeah, we'll use Liverpool. If Liverpool are going in for Messi, he's not going to be as expensive for us as a PSG. Because PSG only need him on the pitch. Off the pitch, they need him, whereas the Liverpool would need him less.
So what, if Liverpool went in to buy Messi, what would the price tag be?
250. I'm saying 250 purely because.
Go on. Is he 32, 33 though?
Yeah. So one,
it is Messi though.
So one, he's age. Two, it is Messi. But the fact that you can get him on a free next summer, means the price tag halves.
Do you know what it is for me?
You know what? Because you might get lost in the sauce, so to speak, that this is still Lionel Messi. And if he comes in and gets anywhere near to 100%, he can elevate your whole club.
I don't think Lionel Messi is Lionel Messi anymore.
I'm just putting it
like he's done.
Thank you.
Brown bread. That's all right then. Let me say it to you now. Woo. 2 seasons in a row, 2 clutch games. Yeah, I don't know if he's on the pitch.
Here's the
2
thing,
clutch games. Now, one second.
Yeah,
2 clutch games, yeah? It's all good. It's all good brushing Osasuna, you know. It's good doing that. It's mad when you want to brush Osasuna and Getafe and score 5 goals and 3 kicks and, you know what I'm saying? But you get 2, and this is where I can see where the whole Farmers League thing comes. I can see the idea of it, but it's not right because certain leagues are not competitive enough when it comes to the big games. He's not used to going to Anfield and getting pressed like that. He's not used to playing a Bayern, which is just a slick, oiled machine. Bayern is like the footballing version of, you know what I'm saying, of excellence at the moment.
Yes, like
he's not used to that.
Yeah.
He's not used to playing up. This is what it is. He's not used to playing up against a team who is the level that Barcelona once was. So if a team comes across, like Liverpool did last year with that high level, and then Bayern have done it with that high level, he can't do nothing.
Here's
Ronaldo. He lost. He lost. But he smacked one in the top corner. Do you understand?
He was still there, yeah.
He was still there. I know Ronaldo's there. I don't know that Messi's there when it comes to these games.
I got a great point on this, but go on, Stu.
This is the problem I have with Messi, right? I can categorically say.
I love that statement. You know what it is? I just like, sorry to cut you off. As much as I'm a fan of football and your Messis and your Guardiolas, them two there are a very equivalent in terms of, very similar in terms of they're above criticism. Yes, they deserve all the praise when they deserve it, but these two don't get criticized. So the reason why I'm happy to see Messi get slandered like this is because you deserve it. Because you never get it. But go on, Stroke, continue.
So this is the problem I have, right? Is with Lionel Messi is predominantly as a football fan. If I was a Barcelona fan, when they came to Anfield last season, right, the Twitter, if we score 1, Liverpool need 5. All right, okay.
Said, yeah.
So that's what they said before it. So wait about that for a second.
One second, just on that. Busquets tweeted before that game.
Busquets is the only time he's tweeted.
He's not tweeted since. Busquets has not tweeted since that Liverpool game.
Sometimes stop running your mouth.
Right. So this is the problem, yeah. There's no Mo Salah. Yeah. There's no Roberto Firmino. We had Shaqiri and Origi, right? Yeah. Origi did a madness, right? But you're 4-0, you're 3-0 up.
Yeah.
How can you not see that game out? You need 1 goal.
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Where's Messi? I guarantee if that's Ronaldo in that situation, Ronaldo bags 2 at least.
Yeah.
Because he's a big when it counts. You look at Portugal in Euros.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a leader.
Like
Messi leads by example. He's not a leader.
Yes.
Messi leads by example with his performance on the pitch.
Yeah,
the reason you needed Puyol behind him because Puyol's the leader.
Yes.
So you look at Real Madrid the other night against Manchester City.
Yeah.
You take Ramos out of that team. Varane lead by example, not a leader in the back of that defence.
Yes.
That's where they struggled.
Yes.
You look at Messi in that team. You look at the Barcelona team. You've got Busquets, not really a leader. PK, kind of, but he's past it now.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
He's turned into a lead by example.
Yeah. So this is my problem with Lionel Messi is how are you the greatest player that's ever lived and you can't go away to a game at Anfield
clutch
and not score 1 goal and get your team through.
And then here's the thing.
Georgiev just says feels weird to criticize Messi, and it's true, and it does feel weird because he doesn't get it. Yes, he gets praise. Yes, I will say this right now so no one thinks we are wilding out. Messi is one of the greatest football players ever to play the game.
Yeah, that's not for debate.
I'm just letting people know because people like to misconstrue things. If someone says to me, I will argue Messi's not the GOAT, but if someone tells me Messi is the GOAT, I wouldn't argue them down. That's what I'm just letting you off. Go on, JV. I got a point.
You know what? This is for me.
Go on.
Why Ronaldo's the GOAT.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
That game, what was it? The Euros where that Eder scores the winner.
Yeah.
My man busts his leg. Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Man comes off the pitch. Yeah.
What's he doing?
Turns into the assistant manager, bro.
There you go.
Is Messi doing that?
Yeah.
Messi's sitting in the stands, probably with a screw face saying we've lost.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. That's the difference.
People like to ignore international because the Argentina, it was the Copa America. I'm sure you know who they were probably playing stroke. No, they needed I don't know if it was a penalty shootout or he missed the penalty.
He missed the penalty.
He missed the penalty. He cried and then he retired. To me, that's not the GOAT mentality.
Nah,
GOATs don't do that. If Ronaldo misses a penalty, he's training already for next Copa America. Like he's coming back.
Go on, up on that, yeah. He retired. Then Ronaldo rings him up and says, "Yo, brother, don't retire, man. Look at me, man. I
Is
bust my knee."
that Ronaldo did that?
Ronaldo did.
For real?
I bust my,
Yeah.
That's what he did. He rang him and said, "Don't retire. I bust my knee," and you know.
See that what I'm saying?
You know,
and that's
all she wrote.
That's
You
goat, and
understand
that's
what
the
I'm
thing
saying?
is about GOAT mentality. That can't be taught.
Yeah.
Like with Ronaldo, he's had, even when he didn't have the ability when he came through to United and he was only 18, 19, the GOAT mentality is there. Even though they went out to Atlanta, he was still involved.
Yes.
Like I remember I was actually with Tox at the time, and at Atlanta I think they went a goal up, and I said, Ronaldo set to do a madness. I said, Ronaldo is going to impact this. Whether they go out or not, Ronaldo is going to do something.
Yes.
And he scores 2 goals, and that's typical Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, but you've seen it. So when Leon were winning, you seen it go to Gary Lineker in the BT Shield, and it was like, oh, Ronaldo hat-trick incoming, and he scored 2. He nearly did it. No, but 100%, and this is why I'm a Liverpool fan. I will always pick Cristiano Ronaldo over Lionel Messi for this one reason, and this one reason only. Messi is naturally gifted.
Thank you. I'm about to say
naturally gifted,
Yes.
right? So he didn't have to work as hard as Cristiano Ronaldo did. You look at the upbringing Cristiano Ronaldo had. So, for example, this is a story I love to tell. Is Cristiano Ronaldo, when he was in Portugal and he got his trials, so him and his best mate got the trials at Sporting, and it wasn't a case of who's the better player. It was whoever scores the most goals wins the contract at Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah. I love this story.
So his mate goes through, takes it past 3 or 4, skins the goalkeeper. All he's got to do is score, and the contract's his, and he rolls it off to Ronaldo because he knows that Ronaldo's a technically better player, and he knew he could go further. So Ronaldo, how many people in that situation? I mean, you grew up with a few of him where they would have turned around and just completely forgot about him. Not only did he buy this guy a house, he's looked after his family for the whole time, right?
Yep.
As a result of that, Ronaldo then turned around and said, "I have to work 10 times harder because of what he sacrificed for me. I need to pay him back."
Yeah,
Messi hasn't had to do that. Messi is naturally gifted. He was brought into the Barcelona academy. He's had the whole structure around him. Don't get me wrong. He's one of the best players that will ever live. But this is my whole thinking, and my whole reason behind it is, look at what Ronaldo was doing when he was at Manchester United, and he was kicked, and he was told that he wasn't good enough. He stayed behind. He then bulked up.
You can see
he had to do. Yeah, there's an elite mentality which you're either born with it or you're not. And Messi hasn't had to have that elite mentality.
He's got that elite mentality to me, like in terms of a sportsman. You
like
have
a
to
Michael
talk
Jordan.
Yes, like
He's
a Michael
There
Jordan,
you go.
a Muhammad Ali,
A Kobe Bryant.
Yes, he's that mentality.
Isn't it flawless? We've had this conversation, and I'm quite a high level athlete, to be honest. But
Bust your gun. You are a high level athlete.
Nah,
tell him, yo, man. What can you can run 100 meters in less than 10 seconds.
No, not less. I can do 10.5.
There you go.
That's
most of 99%.
I'm not in my 20s, man. I'm more hitting nearly the 40s.
It.
But what I'm saying is that when you get this amount of money, when you paid copious amounts of money, what Ronaldo did was invest in a different elite training. And I'm not talking about just football. He went and seen strength and conditioning. He was all on the phone to Usain Bolt saying, "Teach me how to run." And this is what I keep saying. I think a lot of young footballers need to take a real look and in the depth. It's not just football coaching that you need. If you can get your hands on an elite swimmer, go and swim. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you can sprint. If you need to box. Just do something different out of your comfort zone, and you'll see the difference, because it will help you develop your mentality, and it'll give you more confidence in a different aspect.
Well, you look at Patrice Evra. When Patrice Evra went to visit Ronaldo, he was like, "Listen, I just went for dinner." He wanted to do a whole training camp.
Again, like
you can't teach that.
Like Michael Jordan is literally in the basketballing sense. He's like, "We're losing. Just give me the ball. We will win this game." And Ronaldo's in that realm where he's like, "Just give me the ball." Like you said it, I think a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, "If Real Madrid or Juve or whoever Ronaldo's playing for is losing, he'll be like, right, I'm just going up front as the 9.
Yeah, he changes. He will change. He will change from a winger to doing skills, and he's done this in his career. He will change. He can change in a match. He can go, right, I'm a centre forward.
Yes.
I'm gonna dive in header this ball into the bottom corner, or I'm gonna take this free kick and I'm gonna do this, or he can do it all. And here's the one thing though, even on the pitch, you see his hard work.
Yes.
The one thing, and I've never liked this about Messi. I've never liked it. It's disgraceful. The walking thing.
Yeah, they pointed that out in the game.
If any player if any French 26-year-old centre midfielder
Say it again.
Say it louder for the people. in the back.
does that, bro,
Yes.
he's crucified.
Yes.
Graham
Crucified.
Souness is all over him.
He's crucified, bro.
Nah, it's
You get what I'm
facts.
saying?
Because
And I
somebody-
don't care that he can
Graham
he can
Souness is
walk
having a
around.
field day.
Yeah, I don't care that he can walk around for half a match and then score a hat-trick. I'd rather you then. That means you can score 10. Check that one out.
yeah,
That
you
means
can
if you
save
put
your
in the work,
energy.
you can score 10.
And that's the fact is the fact of going back to him quitting for Argentina when the going gets tough. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he's
give
not
up.
there. He's
Like
not there.
even if he was playing,
tough,
even if he was playing against Bayern Munich and he wasn't playing well, all right, I'm gonna go get the ball and pick it up deep and then try and dribble.
But-
Do something like make an impact so people
Yes.
are like Messi. Even if they got beat 8-2, they're like, right, Messi stood up and was counted.
Yes.
Like he really wasn't like he didn't show why you're Lionel Messi.
Yes.
There's a reason that you're regarded as the GOAT.
Did you
Like
see
show
in the-
people. Yeah,
Did
go
you
on.
see in the commentary where he's basically given up? I don't know what goal it was. He gave
Yes,
the ball
I've
away.
seen it.
And
Yeah, it was.
started
Yeah,
walking.
it's
Like you
Thiago.
said,
Yeah,
that's a
Thiago.
certain 26-year-old central midfield player.
It was the
who's
seventh
French
goal.
is different.
It was the
what-
seventh
it
goal.
was the
No,
seventh.
no,
That's
no,
what
but
makes
this,
it even
yeah, but this is the
Right,
problem.
Coutinho bagged
But
that,
this
you
is the problem, and this is the whole reason I will always have Ronaldo over him. You put Ronaldo in that Barcelona team, right? Regardless, whatever the scoreline is, he's doing everything to impact that game. Whether the
telling,
game's
man.
done or not,
Yeah.
you will see Ronaldo be stand up and counted. Messi has never had to do that in his career
Yeah.
because he's naturally gifted.
Yes.
Whereas
It
Ronaldo's
just
had to
comes-
work hard.
You
It's
see-
a mentality thing.
You see Sunday League when your manager goes, when you finishing goes, are you sure it's not dirty? Why is your kit? Why you not been sliding about? You know what I'm saying? If you come off with a dirty kit, they're not happy in it. That's Messi, bro.
Hey, honestly, and
That's
from
Messi,
a
bro.
management point of view, if that was one of my players on a Saturday league and he lost the ball, it led to a goal, and I see him walk off instead of chasing the man back, he's getting dragged off and he ain't playing for the rest of the game because it's not acceptable. Look at your teammates; it's disrespect. You're cheating your teammates when you do
teamwork,
that.
innit?
You are cheating your teammates when you
Yeah,
do
of
that.
course,
I agree.
easily.
I agree. So you're supposed to play as a team, but
Yeah.
credit to Bayern because them man. They
But
That's
back
a
onto
good
it,
turnaround.
I'm just looking here.
executed.
I'm looking
some
here,
good
Stefan
football.
says, see that, and this is the definition of clutch. I'm guessing this is right, Stefan, because you're normally spot on. Ronaldo scored all Juve's goals, which was 7 in the Champions League knockout stages since he's been there. It's crazy. That's
Messi's not done it since what? 2013, 14?
I think it's correct. Something
Yes.
like this. I don't know how correct this stat is, but something along the lines of Messi hasn't scored. I think it's like a goal from a losing position in the Champions League away game since 2013.
Yes.
So it's something crazy. Like we're talking 7 years. Like I seen another stat and it was saying how in the Champions League, so quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals, Messi scored in his Champions League career I think 16 goals, which is incredible. Ronaldo's got 41. I think it's more. Like that is the definition of clutch. How have you got
All right, then.
41?
He's got 16 in all
Yeah.
them thingies. Ronaldo's had 17 in one season, bro. 17 Champions
Yeah.
League goals in one season.
One season.
One season.
Was that one of the Real Madrid winning ones, I'm guessing?
In one, yeah. In one, it was one of the ones who was at Madrid. I knew it was before he went.
It was
in
when he
one
played Juve
season.
in the final and he scored the over.
Come on, bro. There's levels.
Yeah, there was
Every clutch game. All right, you can even count that Roma one a few years ago.
When do you mean when United went away to
No,
Roma?
no. When
Which
Roma
Roma?
did it to Barca. When Roma knocked Barcelona.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's-
when they were
there's-
3-0.
there's
This
rare
is
clutch
what
there.
I'm saying.
There's the Bayern Munich one that's just gone. There's the Roma one you mentioned. There's the Liverpool one.
Chelsea beat
There's
it.
the Chelsea one. When Bayern beat them, people like
When
they want
Inter
people-
Milan beat him.
Inter Milan.
Yes.
That's true. That
Yes.
Inter Milan beat them, and here's the thing.
Was that in the final?
This-
No,
Nah,
it's the semi-final.
semi-final,
And
yeah.
here's the
And
thing. with
Mourinho's
that.
doing a madness
Yeah,
on the pitch.
They had the chance there as Barcelona. They had the chance to win the Champions
Bro,
League.
that one against
Wait, one
Chelsea
sec.
back a day.
Yeah.
He hit the bar.
Yeah, when they had the chance to
And
win
then
the
Torres
Champions,
runs through.
they had the chance to win the Champions League at the Bernabeu as a Barcelona player. Same way for Argentina in the World Cup final as an Argentinian. The World Cup finals in Brazil, you had the chance as an Argentinian to lift the World Cup on Brazilian
Trust
soil,
me, man.
and you flopped twice.
Every
and the
clutch
7-0
play.
as well. Let's not forget that. People brush over that one when Munich beat them 7-0 on aggregate. I think it was
Yes,
4-0
yes,
and 3-0.
yes.
So it's like 5-6. We've mentioned like to me that don't happen to goats.
It doesn't.
Goats they don't happen to. Show me where Ronaldo's been beat 8.
Never. Because he
bro.
will not let that
Not,
happen
bro.
because he...
you know what, when it gets to even 2-0.
Yeah, my man.
Activated, triggered. Man's just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Terminator.
Eyes go red, body, chest goes up. What? You know what I'm saying? Not all of this, head down. And did you see him at half time? Have you seen that picture
Nah, I
of him?
didn't see him at half
That
time. What is
picture
he
of
doing?
him and Ter Stegen at half time. Bro, they look like someone just beat up the dad.
Yeah.
Man is just in the changing room like this.
But JV,
Yeah,
though,
nah,
I
this
can
is-
understand Ter Stegen, man, because my man.
Honestly, right? So...
Yeah.
Last point on this show, and we'll move on.
So when they came to Anfield, they were filming a documentary, and there's clips of it, and I'll send it to you afterwards. And it's basically after the game, Busquets, Jordi Alba, Messi, honest to God, you should see the state of them. Like, because they know what they're going to get. But this is the problem, though, because they've got Messi, and it's Barcelona, they had this great team. I don't care how great this team was. This team isn't great now. This team is dead. This team's finished.
They're done.
Like, gone.
I'll say that. You know what? I know I'll say they're done as well, because I know what they're probably going to do. They'll probably win. They will win La Liga probably next year or the year after. But to me now, you see, when you win so many, all right, then it's like if Liverpool now just keep battering the league for the next 5 years, their target automatically becomes, right, well, we need to do this in the Champions League now. You know, like every year. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know.
No, that's what I'm saying. They could do. But
do it
for me, with Barcelona, it's almost like, oh, well, we'll just win La Liga then. Do you get what I mean? We'll fail on the European thing, and we'll just win La Liga.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what goes back to, I don't want to drag it on, but that's what I'm going back to, is that structure from, there's Messi, he's been the main vocal point, and there's a young kid.
Yeah.
It's almost as if, like, it's that void, you understand?
Yeah, it's too big of a gap.
You're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. How do you know if you're not playing them?
And here's the thing as well, I've said this as well. When Messi had that team around him, when he's had excellent teams around, so whether it was the first Barcelona team with your Yaya Toure, Xavi, Iniesta, Ronaldinho, Eto'o, or whether it was the one after with the Suarez, the Neymar, etc., he has done the business. But when Ronaldo's had a quality team around him, when he had the Benzemas, your Bale, Toni Kroos, Modric, etc., he did something that's not been done, and people sweep this under the carpet all the time as well. These lot won back-to-back Champions Leagues.
3 in a row.
3 in a row. All the great Champions League sides there has been, and there's been some phenomenal Champions League sides, whether it's the Barcelona sides, whether it's the Manchester United sides, the AC Milan sides, etc., etc. Liverpool's has been great sides. Nobody has won it back-to-back. But yet, this guy comes along and wins it 3 times in a row.
In the modern era, no one's won it back-to-back.
That's what I mean, and when it's been under the Champions League name. That's incredible. But yet, again, that gets swept under the rug.
Because it's not Messi. If Messi does that, they
they
never stop going on about it.
People hate Ronaldo.
Just a quick one, though. We've had the Barcelona bashing, but I just want to say,
I don't even think it's one sec. I don't even think it's bashing. I think we're just talking.
No, I'm saying, we've had the Barca
I'm bashing
segment.
Barcelona.
But for me,
100%.
Bayern need their roses. You know
Thomas
let's give
Muller.
him their roses.
Thomas Muller
You might
needs
give him
his
their
roses.
Do you know what?
Lewandowski, man, he's going on.
Do you know who it is for me, bro?
Go on.
And I think this kid is. I said it. I said this. Reload on the shows, bro. Rewind. If all you people, all you fans. I said this Davies kid is going to be a star. I said Alphonso Davies will be a star. Yeah. Did you see what he did to man, bro? Man's old school skills. I like them ones. Man's just
the 80 skills.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That shimmy, you know.
Shimmy, drop shoulder, boom. You know what I'm saying? No, man didn't need to do nothing to it. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing too extravagant.
Levels. I said this, you know when I said this? When he did it to Chelsea earlier in the season, when he just went zoom. And I said, yo, who's this kid, bro? You know what I'm saying? Looking like he ate 5 Weetabix in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Man, yo, that Bayern team there, levels. And it just shows what happens when a team is ran properly from top to bottom.
And it's not hard to do because you can see that, but I'm just going to run through some of the comments here. Georgiev says their spine is done. PK, Busquets, Messi, Suarez. Yeah. He said, to be fair, Fatty looks like an absolute gem. He's technically gifted, but his best attribute is his confidence. The kid doesn't care about pressure at all. Thiago is their biggest mistake. Stefan's talking about. Should they cash out on... Georgiev said, should they cash out on Messi and start the rebuild? Yeah, just a quick yes or no, JV?
No,
I think they have to.
Oh, so you're saying AV, you're saying no.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
Have to.
I don't know. That's because the way they've just a quick one on it. The way they've recruited so far, it's like to then lose Messi.
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust you lot to rebuild, but it's like that. I might not.
That's what I like.
That's
But
what
you know what it
looking at
is? You know how I honestly see it?
Oh.
They get rid of him and they make a Griezmann the main man or someone else. It's different. It becomes more of a team. That's what they've lost. They've lost the team element.
That's a good point.
Georgiev says here, Messi for me stylistically is the GOAT. And it does come down to preference.
Yeah,
he said,
it's
but in
always
terms of
preference.
clutch moments and mentality, Ronaldo. And I'm about clutch moments and winning trophies.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just having a... He said, with both... Faris, salute to you, Faris, innit?
Salute
every
Faris,
time,
man.
Every time.
Faris.
With both Liverpool's very key players out due to injury in the semi-finals of the Champions League, Robert Firmino and Mohamed Salah, they still sustained their system and style of play. Shows how important systems are. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, but
facts.
it wasn't the system that lost them that game. It was Lionel Messi bottling it at Anfield.
All of it.
Ronaldo at the right time will deliver the crucial goal. Exactly.
100%.
That's what JBW says. In a nutshell, I know Messi has David De Gea mentality. That's fine. Jokers and that. JBW also says no walking stats out here for Messi. I just like the credit because someone said, I think it was Terry. Shout out to Terry on the Football Terrace. Make sure you go subscribe. You can see me, JV, and Stroll all over there. And he was saying how it was either him or someone on the show was like, you have to up to stats. That's not just out there. Someone has to contact them for walking stats.
No, it was Terry.
Yeah, it was Terry. Because I said this when it happened. I said, this walking stat here shows the agenda against Paul Pogba. Because I said, this stat you see here, I've never seen before and you will never see again. And we've never seen it again. Let's release the walking stats for everybody. Yeah. Let's not just pinpoint this guy. It'd be horrible. But because he's Lionel Messi, it's okay. You get what I'm saying?
Why have they got a walking stat? Because everybody walks.
Everybody walks at times.
Exactly.
The lowest walking stat will be the keeper, mate.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
it's
just show business.
That's what I'm saying. Guys, how does Barca continue without Messi? Personally, I think it's a very tough job. I think we all would say that. And then Machiavelli makes a great point, and I love the video that's been created on social media here. When it's look at what Ronaldo did last season against Atletico Madrid when Atletico won 2-0 in the first leg and started chatting breeze. Ronaldo banged a hat-trick and Juve won 3-2 on aggregate, and that's clutch.
No,
and
he
told him, he was like, you have to use like 5 Champions Leagues. Like, that's confidence. Like, you don't anger these type of people.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you do is wind these people type of up.
He's that kid where you know what I mean. You wind him up and you know that he's gonna do something. Do you know what I'm saying?
But then to be fair though, like you don't even have to wind Michael Jordan up. You could just literally walk past him and look at him in a certain way. He's like, that's it. I'm about to drop 60.
I love that from Michael Jordan. He's like, that's all I needed. Wow, man just said good game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like he's creating scenarios in his head.
Man wasn't even being sarcastic. Man was like, right, good game. And you're like,
man was in a restaurant. And man was in a restaurant. Didn't want to interrupt him because he's like, he didn't come say hello. It's over. Watch what happens tomorrow.
Watch what happens.
Like, what?
I'm saying? Don't tell me good game and that.
That's because my man's in his own matrix, man.
I rate it. Faris says there are a man like Alphonso Davies out there, and some MUFC fans regard Brandon Williams as one of the best young fullbacks. Okay, we will get into Manchester United, obviously going out to Sevilla. Someone like me who's been very critical of Oli, he got a lot of slack yesterday, and I didn't really blame him because United in both boxes were terrible. United created enough chances to win the game. So if United attackers do what they're supposed to do, United win the game 4-5-2. But then on the other side, the flip side of that is if Manchester United defenders do what they're supposed to do, United win the game 1-0. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm not on Ollie's case. Or maybe I think why I wasn't so as mad as people on social media about it, fellow United fans, is because my expectations of Ollie are low anyway. So I didn't expect him to make any. People are like, why didn't he make any changes? He never makes changes. So I didn't expect him to. But the team created enough chances to win the game, and them goals are terrible to concede. You know, and again, the issue I have with the goals is that they're all collective. The first goal, Wan-Bissaka not tracking his runner. Okay, so Wan-Bissaka don't track his runner. If Williams is doing his job at the back post, then he gets him out of jail. 2 mistakes. The second goal is 3 of the back 4 have made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Williams has to do better closing down the cross. Make it harder. Make him do a trick. Make Navas do a trick. Lindelof, you're the centre-back. To me, I want my centre-back to take charge of that situation.
We have to address him as Linda now. His name's Linda.
You can't.
Yeah, soft like a gal.
Nah, call him Vicky then, you get what I'm saying? Because I got a G called Linda, you get what I'm saying? So call him Vicky if you want.
All right.
Let's say soft like feathers, man.
Yeah, soft like feathers. Also, all the girl them.
I want my centre-back to... And I bet you probably say this, Stroll, like if you're watching and your team concedes that goal because you're a manager, you want your centre-back to take charge. Of course, Wan-Bissaka should do better as well. But them 2 goals there, that's 3 of your back 4 and your 2 fullbacks on each of them goals. It's like, do better. That's why I don't blame Ollie. But yeah, we'll go to you, Stroll, because, go on, what was you going to say about what I was saying?
You're giving Solskjaer far too much lenience.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why.
Yeah, go on.
From a management point of view, right? So... people are going to have their off games. Your defenders are going to have an off game. Your attackers are going to have an off game, right? Mm-hmm. That's when you need your managers to stand up and be counted. Especially so, you look at the second half for a prime example. You came out and you went for it in the second half.
Yeah.
I could see 60, 65 minutes, you were tired. You needed fresh legs.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Where's the in-game management? Where's the leader of that team? Where is the manager that says, you know what, I'm going to make an impact on this game. I'm going to win us this game. The attackers might not be doing it. I'm going to do it. Listen, I've given Pep so much stick, absolute so much stick. Yeah. But put Pep Guardiola in Solskjaer's shoes that night, he will make a change. Klopp, make a change. Put Fergie in there. I guarantee Fergie wins that 2-3-0.
Man's taking off the left back and putting on a striker and
because you have to do something to go on. It's a semi-final of a European trophy, right? Which, fair enough, it's Europa League. It's a trophy.
Yeah.
If I'm Solskjaer and the amount of stick I've got, imagine what I could do, or what I could turn around and say. I could just literally upload a picture of me with that Europa League and just say, listen, first season at Manchester United. Not only did I get us third, I've won us a Europa League.
But here's the thing.
Nowhere to be seen.
Let me just respond to that, JV. The reason why I'm like, and you make valid points in terms of why I said and giving him leeway. The reason why I give him leeway on that, because I don't think that, how do I put this now? It's a lack of ability from him. He doesn't have that. We've seen this game after game. You mentioned his in-game management. How many times have I been on his radio week in, week out talking about how poor his in-game management is? It's like expecting, the equivalent of that is like expecting a McTominay to pick up the ball on the halfway line, dribble past 3 man and stick it top bins. He doesn't have that in his arsenal. Ollie's not good enough. He's not got it. So that's why I can't blame you for not doing that. I can't blame you for not making those changes and seeing they're tired, because you've shown me enough evidence that you can't do this. But you are not up to the job.
But you can blame him. I'm not a professional manager. Yeah. I would make them changes because it's clear as day.
Here's the thing though, he doesn't see these things.
How does he not
know this? Like, this guy's still trying to play Lindelof and Maguire together. Just simple things like that. Yeah. And they know, and like everyone can see it don't work.
Yeah, Scandinavian bias that.
Everyone can see that. Everyone can see it doesn't work, but yet you continue to do this. Yeah. Like, everybody can see it. Like, people forget. People give him credit. Oh, he blooded Greenwood. This, that, and the third. Don't forget, when we came back from lockdown, James was ahead of Greenwood in the pecking order. Yeah. James started against Spurs. Remember, after the Spurs game, that's why Stroll messaged me, because I'm so consistent in my character. Before I even said anything, I had a tweet about it. He said, before I see your fan cam, I know you are fuming. And I didn't tweet anything. I hadn't spoken to Stroll at that point because I was fuming. So he stumbled across that. If James scores a brace in that game, Greenwood doesn't get in.
Plays the rest of the season.
Greenwood doesn't get in. Yeah. James gets another 3-4 games. This is my point, and that's clear as day. How can you not see that? Mason Greenwood is a much better player in that wide position. He's just a much better attacking player overall than James, but yet you consistently play James ahead. And then people are flip-flop because people are like, he's playing James because Greenwood's young. Greenwood can't play every week. He's only 18. Greenwood can't play every week. But now Greenwood's playing every week and scoring. We give Ollie all the credit. To me, that makes no sense.
But here's the thing. This is why I'm with Stroh on this one. Because we dominate for that 10 minutes or so. As soon as they suck up all the pressure, what does that manager do? Their manager, he goes, right. Boom. Throw on. Takes off his best winger. Throws on the next one. Takes off his starting striker. Throws on and these aren't his. It's not a case of these are like for like players. These are players who are not as good, or they start the match. Do you get what I'm saying? So, for me, good man management and legs won them that match. It was legs.
And man management.
Yeah, legs and man management. Because then I think just before we concede, he freshens up the centre mid. He brings on another centre midfielder.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's now, if you look at these positions, what he's impacted,
Yeah, go on.
That is your centre of your park.
Yeah.
Your wide spaces, because that winger will swap him with the other one. Yeah. So your centre of your park, your wide spaces, and your centre forward. Yeah. The goal comes from a pass from the centre to the wide to the centre forward. So that manager made that goal.
And Luke de Jong. And scored in 11 games.
There you go.
And you know what? He comes on and I'm like, this guy's going to back. And what I got upset about in the game, because I said, look, it's the whole team as far as I'm concerned. So
just before I cut you off, so who do you blame for that defeat? Is it Ollie? Is it the players? Or
I think it's a combination of.
Okay.
I think it's a combination.
Blackett Group is one of the UK's leading sound, lighting, audio-visual and stage installation companies. Our sound, lighting, AV and stage installations can be found at venues ranging from exclusive...
the team... Sorry about technical...
Sorry about that, people. I don't know what happened. It might have been me clicking something, but we are back.
Yeah, sorry. So I think the team, in terms of mental thought and concentration, because the guy goes up for a header, the man them are arguing and saying it's a throw-in. Get back, get set, man. Yeah. Because before, even though everyone's blaming Wan-Bissaka, They were doubling up on him anyway. They sussed him anyway. They've sussed him and Brandon Williams. We're going to double up. We're just going to go past him. Do you know what I mean? Right? So that's the first thing. That's for the first goal, isn't it? Yeah. But bearing in mind, I'm just putting in what you've already said. And the second goal, Mason Greenwood loses the ball. Yeah. What does he do? He gives it that. Oh. He doesn't try and just, you know what? He don't need to chase the ball. He should be running back. Just because he's lost the ball, he should have that guile and endeavour. That puts an extra 2 man in the box. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, for me, that's another, and then the lapsing concentration with the centre halves and all that. So therefore, once your manager starts to see that, which is Ole, do you know what I mean? You have to make changes.
Yes.
That's the way I see it.
And here's the thing, what we've seen, take out that game. Let us know in the comments, am I being too lenient on Ollie? Because that is something I've never been accused of ever.
Yeah, I know.
Something I've never been accused of. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, because we can see the comments going off as well. But like I said, replace that game. It's not like this is something new. He just doesn't have it.
Nah, but here's the thing then.
Depth. Like someone said, I think, was it? Trying to find it. Here we go. Was it? Having a look. Trying to find a comment. Oh, yeah, so Georgia says, I'm hashtag Ollie out, but can't blame Ollie for last night, except for his subs. Our forwards need to be more clinical.
No, I'll tell you why you can.
Go on.
One sec, let me just go on this one. On the forwards need to be more clinical. I nearly swore then. Yeah. So, for me, that is rubbish, yeah? Do you want to know why?
Go on.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah? You know I'm going to go, it's full name. I give man the full name.
I know exactly what he's about to say.
So, you tell me, our forwards need to be more clinical, yeah? Your manager is an ex-striker, right? So, where does that fall on? Because if you look at a Diego Simeone, his team have his attributes as him as a player. Defensive midfielder, defensively solid. That's how his team works.
They're in his mode.
Pep Guardiola, his team is everything is done from the midfield. It's passing, it's tight, as a centre midfielder would probably do. How can you tell me it's not an ex-striker manager's fault that his team isn't clinical? That should be the first thing he's looking to work on with them players. Yeah. We don't have a go-to goal. This is where, and I'll tell you what I mean by that.
Yeah, elaborate, yeah.
City, although they didn't do it the other night, if City are in trouble, they have this go-to thing, don't they? And Barcelona kind of have it where it gets rolled across and someone taps it in, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
That's something that's worked on in training.
Yes.
Our goal yesterday, so, I mean, when I'm saying our goal, I mean the build-up what led to the penalty.
Yeah.
That's individual brilliance.
And how many times have I
Exactly,
said that?
this is what I'm saying. But this isn't something that Ole has implemented.
No.
Them two, that goal there, you've seen Martial do that with players since he's come to the club. Yeah. If he's not the guy who starts off the run,
composure.
Exactly. If he's not the one who starts off the run, he's the one who's putting through the pass.
My man does that blading thing, man. Like like in boxing where you blade, you can't see the point. Boom.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what my man does.
So here's the thing is, and I think
that's what I'm saying. We don't have that, and I really hate what I'm about to say. As much as you can criticize Mourinho, he had that long ball thing. Yeah,
he had a style of. He had a system.
He had something. He had a go-to. It wasn't the best.
Yeah, it was Fellaini. Yeah, it was effective. I've said this. This is what I'm saying.
Again. It was effective.
When it comes to Plan Bs, Fellaini was top Plan B. There wasn't a better Plan B at that time.
I won't say top. I'd say it was effective. It wasn't top. It was effective.
No, when I say top, I'm saying it was the best Plan B.
Yeah. That he. No. I'm not giving Mourinho his credit.
This is right.
I'm not talking about just Mourinho. I'm just talking in general, like Fellaini. Like we've seen Belgium do it. Van Gaal did it. Adam Matic said it. He was on the show. I think it was on our show. It might have been Aaron's.
It was on our show.
And it was on our show. And he said, I'm not a fan of Fellaini, but he's like, every manager who came in swore by him because
it was effective.
You know, it's extreme. Maybe that's the best way to say it. The most effective Plan B.
Yes,
that's why when we did it, I'm not fussed. Did I want to see Fellaini starting? No, not at all. But if United need a goal, get the big man on top and get it along to him.
This is what I'm trying to say. There's at least, all right, then, like back in the day with Fergie. Fergie's one was pretty mad. It just throw on bare strikers. But you can tell then it was still something that was worked on in training. Yeah. So then that would probably become the exercise. That would become that exercise in training, the attack versus defense.
Yes.
That's that exercise. Yeah. So then they know what to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when how many matches you watch and John O'Shea comes off and then he throws on Solskjaer, for example, or a Sheringham and you're like, or you know what I mean? Or he throws in a striker and you're like,
whoever it was, isn't it?
And you're like, what?
The Chicharito, Liverpool do with D-Rock, Origi.
You know what I'm saying?
All the time.
And here's the thing with that. I think United's strikers have been clinical because as we've seen from the goal return, it's been very good. I think just this past 2 games, I think they just had an off night. And it happens, they had an off night.
But then, like Stroll's saying and JV's pointing out, why is he signed? Why is he extended Igalo's loan if he's not going to put him on?
Yeah. Because you know why? You know why he's done that? Because he's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and he's not good enough.
Yeah,
that's the bottom line.
Other than that, in that game, I was like, yo, I don't know why he's not putting on. If you don't trust James, and if you don't trust the others, the one man you can do because he did score in Europe, he's put a Gallo on. I'm not singing his praises. I'm just saying his praises.
Maybe because
what's the point of loaning him and he's going to go back in January and not use the man? So you pay him money for no reason.
Exactly.
So question: where did that second goal come from?
What do you mean from the start of it? It was Williams' side.
So it came down Williams' side, right?
Williams' side. Wait,
it
was Williams'
with
side.
Mason Greenwood losing the ball.
So
okay, go on.
Here's the problem, right? You might agree with me, you might disagree with me. From a management head point of view, I look at that game. So when you realise that they've sustained the pressure, they've held on for that 20-25 minutes, and you can clearly see that fresh legs are needed, right? Instantly, I think their fullbacks are very, very high. We need some pacing behind to pin them back. Who've I got on the bench? Oh, there's Dan James. Perfectly suited for a game like this because if there's spacing behind, you know he's going to run into it. So there's one substitution I'd have made, right? Secondly, is you look at, there wasn't fresh legs in the middle. You clearly see that the middle was tired.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that it starts off from Greenwood side, it goes all the way across the midfield to Williams side. There's not enough fresh legs. 100%. You lost that game because Solskjaer failed in game. Because it's 1-1 at that point. 1-1. You can make substitutions that will impact that game that would not lose you that game.
Here's the thing. This is what is doing my head in with everyone saying he doesn't trust the players. That's a valid argument if he brings no one on. When he brings man on at 86 minutes, like I've said for the longest, when he brings man on at a time where it's impossible for you now to affect this game.
Serious when he starts holding the mic and that.
When he's
holding the mic like I'm
saying,
caressing that
mic. Because
you know he's about to say some serious thing.
Because this is what it is, bro. You got to think about it realistically. You see me as a player.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to get on the pitch, yeah? So I'm Dan James, I'm Igalo, I'm
Juan Mata.
Because they're the three who come on, yeah?
You
see, when you bring me on, so I'm waiting to get on all match. When you bring me on, after we've just been scored on, I'm like, what are you on? That makes no sense.
I get what you're saying.
It makes no sense. Bring them on at 1-0.
When it's 1-1, when they have more of a chance, so you're not chasing.
Yes, so now we have to score 2 goals. We have to score 2 goals in 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah, or 1 to get to extra time.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? So it's the task at hand is now double what it should be if the game's managed properly. For me as well, all right, you don't trust people. Lingard's been bad this season. He's had a good last 2 games.
Yeah.
Bring him on. Do you get what I'm saying? If you've got, check this one out. If you've got people on the bench, you sometimes legs. Yeah. All right then. How can I put it to you like this? A star player. Yeah. I have a star player, but he's at 30%. He can't do the basic things like track back. What use is he? Do you get what I mean? I might as well bring on legs. Even if it's not someone to run, someone who is fresh, because it stops an attack. Do you get what I mean? It stops a through ball going through, because if I'm at 30% and I stretch for the ball, and I can't stretch as much. If I am 100%, I can stretch. I might even if I kick it and it bobbles off him and it goes out for a throw. You know what I mean? Even if I don't get the tackle properly, that's the difference. Because if you look at the goals, for me, that Wan-Bissaka one, the second one. That's tiredness. That's tiredness. Lindelof, he shouldn't even be playing because Bailly should be playing. But once again, it looks like tiredness. He's not managed the man management of these players. Rashford, exactly. Rashford is my prime example. I've been saying this to you privately for how long?
Yeah, you haven't.
Rashford is injured.
Yeah, you said he's not fit.
Rashford is nowhere near fit because his thing as a player is pace, direct running, dribbling. He's now become like some playmaker on the wings. His first thing to do is pass. Why would that be? That's something I'd expect him to do at 86 minutes in a game when he's tired. Do you know what I'm saying? Not at 30 minutes. That's if he's doing that early, that's showing you he's not 100%. Do you get what I'm saying? You're burning out players. Rashford hasn't looked the same since he come back off lockdown. Everyone's like, oh, he's come back off lockdown. He's not been the same. Maybe because he's injured.
Yeah,
Bills.
He's injured.
Bills.
Go on, Stroll. You got a point on this.
Just do me a favour, right? Because you've literally just gone into my brain and gone to the point that I was initially making. So when I said about where did the second goal come from, and you said it came down Williams' side, what was the point you just made a minute ago? If you've got a star player that's only 30%, what doesn't he do?
Don't take him off.
No, he doesn't.
Don't
What?
chat back.
Oh, yeah, he don't chat back.
Yeah.
There you go.
Who's on that left-hand side who
Rashford.
hasn't looked like himself?
Rashford.
So why is he not bringing him off?
Yeah.
Because it's Marcus Rashford, because you're scared to bring him off. You bring him off and you put on a Lingard over Dan James, you know he's
Do you know
going to
what it
track
is?
back, and you prevent that goal, and then you don't lose, and you don't go out.
Yeah.
This is why it's Solskjaer's fault.
Even if, all right then, I'll put it to you like this. Even if he makes some subs and it gets us to the point of extra time.
Yeah.
And it's still 1-0. You know what I mean? It that changes the game, doesn't it? You've still got a chance.
Because then the
you can
momentum
wait-
can swing.
Yeah, then you can wait on maybe a bit of, I don't know, someone gets a
Individual
second
brilliance.
breath. I can't expect any of my front line to get a second breath if they're all out, if they're all, running on empty. If I bring on 2 players and change that, and then these 2 players do some ball carrying for a bit, and then you can now get a second breath, you're back in the game. Do you understand? It's like he's not seeing these things. And I've said it jokingly before, where he waits so long to make a substitution, but he really does. And it's so frustrating because this is what I don't get. It's either this what I'm saying, or it's the total opposite. But he is someone who's been all his life, not all his footballing life, I'd say majority as a substitute.
Yes.
Does this play in his mind when he's making these decisions? Is this a big factor? Because
Possibly.
I think it is, because
Possible.
I think, and I've said it before in a jokingly way, but I think he thinks, you know what, we did it in 99 with however many minutes left. It's possible, but it's not possible every time.
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
not known a manager to make so many. When you're losing, it's fine when you make 80-minute substitutes to run down the clock.
Yeah, when you're winning, yeah. It's different.
Or even if you want a draw and you're running down the clock, fine. But when you're losing and you wait till the 80, and it's not even like 79, 80 minutes, it's like 85, 86, even 87. What do you expect these players to do? When you're playing against a team like Sevilla who are controlling the ball, did you not see what they did for injury
I
time?
get what you're saying.
Bro, for that whole injury time, they went, okay, boom. That Benega, class player, by the way, I've said this for years, he just said, all right, he's on the left side. Man did a madness ball, swung it over from the left wing over to the right back, went totally back. He got the ball, the right back got the ball. Who did he pass it to? It's back to Benega. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, them players have controlled that game due to the manager and the tactics and everything. How is it getting to a point where Solskjaer isn't even able to... It's almost like...
Affect the game, like.
Yes.
Because he is not, and this is why I'm not on his case, because he is not capable of doing this. You've been managing for 10 years. Obviously, he's not been at the highest level, but these are still things you pick up. Even if you're managing Sunday League, Saturday League, if you're managing at, say, Stroll's level, these are things that you should be able to pick up as a manager and be like, all right, I can impact the game this way. He just don't have it.
That's my problem.
It's like asking Dan James to come on the pitch and do step overs at this moment in time.
Guys.
It's out of your this is out of your region. You don't have the ability to do this. Solskjaer doesn't have the ability to affect games from the bench.
Say that
This
again,
is my
Flawless.
point.
What,
Yeah, man.
Solskjaer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know
So
why
then-
I said
so-
it like
so
that.
then- so then-
He doesn't have it. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why I said his name like
So
that.
then, for me, you
Solskjaer.
must clearly think then we need to get rid of him then, innit?
I've been screaming Ollie out since like before Christmas.
That was a setup, by the way, fans. I just wanted to say.
Yeah, I've been screaming
See that
Ollie
alley-oop
out.
there?
Yeah, seriously, want to dunk that every time. I don't know why I said his name like that, but yeah, I've been screaming Ollie out
Solskjaer.
since
Sean Connery over there.
like October.
Sure.
You know what I mean? That's why, because I'm just irritated by this guy, and that's it. We see his I can't be mad at you because you've shown me your deficiencies, so I can't be mad at you now, innit?
But here's the thing.
I can't.
But in one sense, we are talking about it. But United have made progression under.
Yeah,
Yes,
big,
they have,
under
and I give
Solskjaer.
him credit
Big
for that.
progression.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I said this on the show, and I tweeted it straight out as soon as I said he's done very well to finish third, even though I don't believe he's the guy to take us forward. He deserves his chance at next season.
Do you know what it is for
Fair
me?
enough.
Every point in our season, when we've progressed, for me, has been down to individual, for players carrying us. Rashford did it earlier in the season, which a lot of people forget, which seems to really do my head in. Rashford carried us when no one else was about.
Yeah, because Martial was injured and Pogba was injured.
No one else was dead there. We didn't have no Greenwood. We didn't have no Bruno. Bruno was still in Lisbon. You know what I'm saying? Chilling up on the beach and that. Greenwood was still badding up the reserves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Dan James is still getting in ahead of you.
Yeah,
because Greenwood's an 18-year-old.
You know what? Actually, I've got a very good question for you. As someone who is an athlete, how do you rate Dan James's running ability? Because that is the only thing I think.
What's the question?
I think my man needs to go into your profession, my guy, because I don't see a footballer in him.
Let me interject. No, let me tell you something.
Yeah, just side note, me and Aviate have had many discussions privately about this.
Let me tell you something, yeah. The people, I'm going to stick it out there. Man can laugh all they want. If Ronaldo wants to race me, that's his fine. Because I'm telling you now, I will beat him.
Oh, no, I'm not saying James will beat him, bro.
But no, this is what I'm trying to get.
Yeah.
If Kylian Mbappe comes to me, I'll beat him. Bearing in mind, I'm telling you, listeners, I'm nearly 40, yeah, and I don't train.
Jeez, you don't look it either,
I don't train full time. I've got a job. I'm telling you, there's a difference between running fast and sprinting.
Yes.
And that is what people don't understand.
Yes.
That's what they don't understand. So in that game, when I've heard people say, take away Dan James's pace or take this guy away, and he's nothing. Let's be realistic. That's a stupid thing to say. Take away flipping what's his name's touch. I don't know. Name any player.
Berbatov.
I was just about to say Berbatov.
Berbatov. Take away Alisson's flipping quick reactions and
He
ain't going to be the best keeper. So for me, what I'll always say is, as I coach and I compete as well. If you haven't got that drive and endeavour as an individual to go and seek,
thank you.
Do you know what I mean? Professional advice in anything that you want to
any
develop.
field, yeah.
You can't just always be on your manager, on your coaches in the club,
Thank you.
Then you're never going to get anywhere. And here's a prime example, because I don't want to keep it for too long. Boxers, they've got a guy who does the pad work, but then they've got another guy who does the strength and conditioning.
Yes.
Who does the swimming or
diet.
something else.
Nutrition.
It's not just one guy, It's not just all football. And I think that's what a lot of football fans need to digest and get in their head. Stop just watching football and go and check out, like you talked about, Anelka's, he's got his documentary, Jordan's documentary, Usain Bolt's documentary. There's many people out there who will tell you they don't just do one thing. They've participated in different disciplines to develop themselves. So in terms for Dan James, I've said this before, and I've said this, and this is what I'm going to say about Dan James. Me, as a United fan, I'm selling him, and I'm telling Ryan Giggs, listen, I've done you a favour, pal. Don't do that again.
Don't send
me
no
I mean?
more then, bro.
That's all I'll say. That's all I've got to say on the matter.
Alright, so going back into the comments, Aku George says Ollie is at fault. Rashford and Williams clearly in capital letters weren't on it, and he subs in players at the 80th minute in a semi-final. George F says Martial is a bad boy finisher. Any striker can finish them chances last night. Normally Martial would. Aku George also says Bayern practice clinical finishing. That's all coaching. Barca used to have that low and hard finish. Bayern hit them corners. Georgiev also says, yep, does my head in when he brings some players on in extra time. This is what I'm saying type of thing. Like, there's so many comments to get to. I'm just having a look here. Georgiev says, it's not finishes where Martial needs to dribble past 3 players, past the keeper and score. It's one-on-one, which he usually scores. And that's my point. Like, normally he does that. Faris says, imagine having Werner or Dembele off the bench instead of Igalo. There's levels to this football. Aku George says Jose won the Champions League with Porto. Greece won the Euros. If you have an effective game plan, irrespective of the quality of players, you can win. Leicester won the Prem. Use a lot of these big words, you know. It's facts though.
It's true though.
But this is what I've been saying about Ollie, and because I've probably been saying it since October, that's why I'm just like, all right, this is the level you are. You are not going to get any better.
It's nearly a year.
It's literally nearly a year. That's why I'm doing. It's like telling a boxer who has no power, why are you not knocking people out? You just don't have the capability to do it. That's literally what it is. And it sounds funny, but that's why I think I might have tweeted it yesterday, and I'm like, maybe because that's why, I said it on the Football Terrors when I went on there, and I said, that's why I'm not as mad as other people, because I know this man's deficiencies. It's like saying, why are you not telling a boxer, why are you not throwing his right hook? Because you can't. You don't have a right hook that's good. And that's Ollie for me, innit? Like, he's limited, and we know his limitations.
So, you're saying he's He's done what he can do
He's
now,
doing
innit?
all the best. That's
Yes,
the best
yes,
he can
yes.
do is play that 11 and hope that 11 wins it. And in his defense, that 11 should have won the game. Because one thing I will say is, if United play like that all of the rest of the season, I'd probably get off his back, because not only did United actually play well, we created enough chances. We did play well. We created enough chances to win the game, and that's been for a long. That's been the best we played since Bournemouth, in my personal opinion. And I've been very critical about our style of play and just lack of attacks and lack of shots on target. We peppered them. We peppered Copenhagen. I'm like, okay, this is better. And if you do get a Sancho and add a DM in there as well, and maybe free up Pogba a little more, it can get better. But yes, game plans. We know that he has limitations, and he is extremely limited as a manager.
So
he's
here's a question
bang average.
Here's a question for all the boys, all you boys there, and I know we're talking about United. Has Ole thrown it in? Did he not? What's the best way of putting this? In terms of his subs, it's just a yes or no. Did he start with his trump card? Does that make sense?
Yes.
No.
Did he start with that? What you're talking about on the 80th, 90th minute, and I'm not going to mention his name because you know who I'm talking about. Did he start with his trump card, and then that's why he didn't make the subs?
No, he didn't start with his trump card. He started with his only card. He's a one-trick pony, and it's not even a great trick.
What do you think?
Actually, I tell a lie. It's a fantastic trick, because having those 5 players is quality when you have those. So it's fantastic.
You know
That's what it is.
You know what though? One thing I would say, I've said this for a long time. It's all good playing Greenwood there, yeah? On the wing. All good playing Greenwood on the wings. Yeah, it's great. But he's a striker though, yeah? So for me, that match last night, people are going to be like, what you on about? For me, when you're playing against a team that you know have wing backs who bomb forward, you cannot play someone who's played his whole career as a striker on the wing.
So you reckon he should have changed? You reckon he should have started James from the start?
I won't even say James. I'd say Lingard, because then it's a different type of game.
Yo.
Lingard would be a lot better at tracking back.
That's true.
So even if you use Lingard as just someone to do that,
for the
that
time
left
being.
back last night was phenomenal. Are you telling me that's the first match he's done that? No. Have you not watched him all season?
You know what? Probably, in United and Ollie, we might not have watched him.
And there you go.
We might
This
not have
is
watched him,
where
like, nothing
it
would surprise
once
me.
again comes down to Ollie and the coaching staff,
Because-
and he is the one that cost you that game, because
can't
anybody that was watched Sevilla over the past 2 seasons know they have their fullbacks ridiculously high.
They've done that
which means
forever.
Which means there is pace in behind, and you can pin them back if you've got somebody that is willing to stand there, like a Dan James, or someone that's going to trap back and help out, like a Wan-Bissaka, like a Lingard. You need someone like that, but Ollie refuses to do that because
He only has one way. He literally has one. We play 4-2-3-1, regardless of who United play, whether 4-2-3-1 works against that team or not. We are going to play that 11. It doesn't matter if United were playing Sevilla, if we were playing... Who else is left in it? Whether it's Inter Milan, whether it's Shakhtar, whether it's Bayern Munich, whether it's your Saturday League team stroke. He's going to line up with that 4-2-3-1.
Can I ask you a question? Just quick before you answer the question is, who in the Premier League is known for having a fullbacks like that?
Liverpool.
When you came to Anfield, what system did you play?
Did we play a back 3?
Yeah, we did.
We played a
3-5-2.
back 3.
And what happened?
You
stifled us, and we had to change it. Why would you not go with the back 3 in that game? It's common sense. It's simple.
Or even have a plan to stifle them. Just a quick update from the game going on. Inter Milan 1-0 up against Shakhtar.
Is it the man?
No, it's Martinez. Martinez with the goal there.
Martinez is a
So we're back onto
baller.
it. So yeah, I'm just having a look here. JBW says the timing shows he has no faith in his players. What does that do for their confidence? Georgiev also says, also Pogba in that DM role is an absolute crime. How can you waste a prime Pogba like that? Jeez, I 1000% agree. It is a crime to football, but he'll get away with that. Why he's not playing higher up the pitch, I do not know. But it is what it is. That's all I can put it down to, and it's just a lack of ability. You know what I mean? George says, I disagree. It's not the players he lacks faith in, it's his coaching ability. If he coached the bench players thoroughly, then they can do a job. Yeah, that would help. How can you be a manager for 12 years, manager of Manchester United, and have no faith in your own coaching ability and the ability of the coaches around you? Because like I was talking to my mum about this yesterday, he's a fraud. That's why. He's not good enough. I was saying this.
Fraud.
So that's what I'm saying. Flawless. That's what I'm saying. To me, he started with his trump card. That was Greenwood, because if we are, I'm just saying if it's 1-1, I would have then thrown on a Greenwood. That's your trump card. And he's starting with his trump card. And for me, that's what I just thought. And I'm not, you know why I'm not blaming Ole for this? Yeah. I'm not blaming Ole for this because I say it's a team thing. You lose laps in concentration. You lose the game. But at the end of the day, of course you're gonna you're not gonna trust your bench if your trump card is already playing. Yeah. He's knackered.
He's left himself with nothing on the bench
because that's literally because like I said there,
there's nothing.
Yeah, he has one trick. It's a fantastic trick when you have those 5. But when it don't work like yesterday, and your defense obviously didn't stand up to what your defense didn't do what it was supposed to, you come and stop because you should have won that game.
He needs to remember Greenwood is he's 18, bro. Yeah, he's 18, 19. Yeah. For me, you can't. All right, then he's 18, 19. Just hear this. He's 18, 19, not playing in his proper position. How can you expect to play him match in, match out, and he's going to maintain a high level? He's going to dip. So then, and the fact that he knows he's already bunning out Rashford, why not then start you Rashford because you want to? Because Rashford is capable of a moment of
magic.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Which he relies on. So then, if Rashford, say then it's 70 minutes, Rashford's done. He brings on a Greenwood. Greenwood can then take over. Do you get what I mean? He then has quality on the bench.
I know what you're saying.
Or even if you do that till half time or something, there's no... A better manager has a plan in that match. Some sort of plan, whether it's something different that he's never done before, that he's worked on prior. Because for me, the whole thing what bothered me so much about that match there was a replica of that previous match.
Oh, the Copenhagen game.
Yes, it's an absolute replica. It's just that. Remember we were saying Copenhagen made all them chances. Mm-hmm. They had a chance exactly the same as that. What they scored, where it went across the box and there was no one there. And we said this. If we do that against Sevilla with a better team, they get the goal, and that's simply what happened.
What are you saying?
So for me, that's a manager issue.
Yeah. Jay, but we know this. Jay Aku George says there are people who spend their whole life in a career and are mediocre journeyman boxers, for example, and that's what Ollie is. He'll never. I've said this, and I'll go on record saying this. He'll never win a major trophy. And when I say major trophies, I'm talking Champions League, Premier League. He'll never win one.
No,
never, ever. Yes, could he pick up a FA Cup, a Europa League, a League Cup, a title in Norway? 1,000%. The major trophies. Nah, Aiden Andrews says Dan James, aka Dash Incredible. Hey, don't be disrespecting my guy Dash. Man loves the Incredibles. Let's not do that. Incredibles fire. Okay, what anyone says. Nangelsman in. He's the guy. It's that simple. I follow Leipzig because I like their French players, and this man is an absolute genius, and he plays the style of football we should play. Faris has a question for you.
That's what I was laughing at.
He says, "My athletic brother, can you beat Adama?"
Sure, right.
Yo, listen. Listen. Let me tell you with confidence. If he wants to put down a week's wage, yeah. Bearing in mind, Faris, is it Faris?
Yeah,
Faris, yeah. Bearing in mind, he trains full time. I'm telling you, I'll beat him. Don't you understand what 10.53 means?
Yeah,
that's a different for
that's
100
marginal.
meters. Not talking about 60 meters. Not talking about over 20 meters, 20 yard dash.
10.53.
I do 10.53.
I need to come train with you, bro.
I 100%.
That's why I have been training on Mondays.
To answer your question, I think I'll beat him. I might not run that time, but I think I'll beat him.
All right. So before we move off the United, I just want to United and go into the transfer update for the last half an hour of the show. I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts because I personally love this as well. Obviously, after United conceded the second goal, Bruno and Lindelof getting into the argument, and it's great to see defenders beat people, digging people out for mistakes, because Bruno has every right to have a go at Victor Lindelof, the same way as fans. We were all having a go at Victor Lindelof. So, JV, what are your thoughts? Like, do you like to see that? You disliked it? What are your thoughts on it? Bruno was correct?
For me, this only furthers my thing that Bruno is the man, because he's not only doing it by example, he's not only like, watch me, give me, I'll do it, I'll sort it out, but he is a natural born leader. And do you know what? I don't blame Pogba, because Pogba tried this with these players. Don't get me wrong, Pogba has tried this with these players, but sometimes, you know, when you try something so many times with someone, you know they're just not on it. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes a team needs different types of leaders, innit? Definitely. For me, Bruno, to me, looks like, I'm not saying he's as ferocious, but that was like a Roy Keane moment. Do you get what I'm saying? Where man's tearing into you there and then. He's not waiting to the changing room. You're getting it now. Yeah. I've not seen that in one of our shirts for a long time.
Yes,
in a United shirt, you need that. It's a throwback thing. That's an old school thing. How many times did you see players get into it and from their own team? You know what I'm saying? They're getting into it, the vex. But I like that. That's passion. But for me, this is why I'm not rating Lindelof. That's the most angry I've seen you be in a United shirt, and you've made hella mistakes. I've never seen you once angry at yourself like that. That's why for me, you're not a big player, because you know what?
You're a bad man with that.
I've seen many big players, get angry at themselves. You get me? I can get angry at myself when I make a mistake and it shows something. That's the most passion I've seen from Lindelof in the United shirt.
Yeah,
when he's getting told about his mistake.
And it wasn't.
Why are you so passionate, bro? You should be taking that. Take that on the neck.
Yeah,
take that.
You got to take that on the chin.
You got to take that, man.
All right, Strofe, so from the only non-Manchester United perspective here, what was your thoughts on it? Do you like to, taking bias aside, obviously being a Liverpool fan, do you like to see that from like your team, or were you against it? Like Lindelof's reaction, like what are your thoughts on it?
No, from a management point of view, love it, and I'll tell you why. Because there was my team had a game, and basically my defender he's on the edge of his box and he tried a stupid flick between two players. Anyway, they cut it out and he scored. I was going to do the half time and I was going to go absolutely mental. I didn't have to. My centre midfielder went absolutely mental at him, and them two were arguing. And what happened? I didn't have to say a word all half time. Not a word. And at times, that's more powerful and more impactful than your manager speaking, because you hear the manager's voice constantly.
Yes.
When it's one of your teammates, one of your peers, someone who you will go to war with, it means more. Do you know what I mean? So when you're a Victor Lindelof, that'd have hurt him more than an Ollie saying it, than the media saying it, because it's Bruno.
Do you know he actually insulted Bruno in Portuguese?
Yeah, he did insult him. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah, we won't repeat it, but yeah, he did. We can't repeat on air. We can't swear on air.
But why though?
Right.
But why did he get that upset? Because it was Bruno.
It hit home. Nah, it's because it hit home.
And a second thing is, that's not been done. Players, Manchester
Yeah, he's
United
not
have
had
been
that
bad
done
for
to
so
him.
long,
Yeah.
and nobody's been dug out for mistakes. Like you said, he's made a lot of mistakes. You need to get dug out for mistakes.
Yeah,
Same way if I
course.
come in here and I'm making error after error, one of you two man is going to say something to me, maybe not necessarily on air, but you're going to say something. You get what I'm saying? And vice versa. Like, it needs to be said, because that error you made is terrible, and the fact that you answer back, like, how are you mad back when you made the mistake?
Yeah.
If that's me, I've made mistakes on football pitch. I hold my hands up straight away.
Because you know
Hold my hands up straight.
Do you know you know why I think Bruno was so mad at him?
Yeah.
It's the facts that when the ball comes across, Lindelof goes as to say leave it. He makes that gesture to say leave it. But how can you say leave it if you've not checked?
What's going on around you?
For you to
And
say
he looked
leave it,
and he looked twice. He knew.
Yeah.
He knew he was there.
He's
He
saying
knew
leave
he was
it.
there.
because then he's not looked. So for me, he's tried to pass the blame onto Wan-Bissaka before it's even happened. Do you get what I'm saying?
And I think from the reason why he had to go at him.
Yeah, go on, give your thoughts on it.
For me, the reason why what's his name? Bruno had to go at him is because you're the centre half.
Yeah.
You're the centre of that defence.
Yes.
So
I said that. Take ownership.
At the end of the day, the ball's in the air. Go and head it.
The ball's in the centre of the goal. You're the centre half.
So you're the centre half.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that. And I understand that Wan-Bissaka did see him. But at the end of the day, just go and deal with the ball.
This is why I said that was
It's not rocket science. It's simple. You can teach 6-year-old kids. If the ball is in your area and you can win it, you go and win it. Yeah. It's
So
as simple as that.
Right, then let me put it to Lindelof like this. If that's a corner, if that's a corner, and it's zonal marking, and that happens, whose fault is it?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's
But here's the thing
Lindelof's.
is, I'm hoping that he was only reacting like that because it's the heat of the moment. I'm hoping he feels. I'm hoping that Lindelof doesn't feel he wasn't at fault. That's what I'm hoping.
Nah,
I'm hoping
I
that reaction.
100% think he thinks he was at
And
fault.
that's terrible.
Yes.
Because then you can't learn from your mistakes if you believe, if you don't. You see that with boxers all the time. Like when boxers, I watch this obviously to go back to boxing. When boxers lose big profile matches,
In a certain way.
when they make excuses, that their reaction tells you all you need to know.
And
That's all it is. And we've seen that because when Wilder lost to Fury, Wilder made all the excuses under the sun. It was the suit.
Tamper with his
it
gloves.
was this and that. It was the gloves. And that's why in the rematch, because you feel you've done nothing, you did nothing wrong, that's why in the rematch you're going to lose worse. But yet when Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, he made zero excuses. Ruiz was the better man on the night. He came back in the rematch and he beat him. And that's the worst thing.
And people were making excuses for
Yeah,
Joshua,
and he didn't. He could have easily. And he went up in my estimation. When Joshua did that, because I'm like, I rate that. Because you can come out and be like, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, I was not good enough on the night. He was the better man. And Lindelof needs to hold my eye. I wasn't good enough here. Next time this happens, I'm going to deal with this.
So, Flawless, here's an example. Like, I don't know if we've touched on it. I might not be there. But City, right? It's a City, yeah? Right? What's his name? Edison.
Yeah.
Shot, spills it, they score. Do you think Edison was there like, he's got nothing to do with me? Man was vexed at himself. You understand what I'm saying?
And you know what? Even though Edison's had like a shocker in a few games this season, he gains respect from his players from that. A lot of players last night would have seen that from Lindelof and gone,
we don't want that in the changing room.
I can't trust you. And this, and I'm glad he's done this in the last game of the season because this comes on to the point what I've said all season. Everyone gets on Maguire. Bro, if you have to play next to Lindelof, bro, I'm telling you now, your level drops.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're basically having to be some superhero and do two-man job.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because Maguire, even in the comments here, because Faris has said, 80 million fridge belongs in a circus. He is not.
You know what? I'm not having
he
that.
He said, we're going to get to it. Let me finish the comment and then you can respond to it. He is not a captain. Never want to see him wear the armband for Manchester United ever in capital letters again. See, here's the thing. I don't think Maguire was at fault for any of the goals yesterday.
He just gets criticism.
He gets criticism because of his price tag. And obviously, he's not being aided by... Obviously, Lindelof not being good enough, but we know Maguire, we know his deficiency is pace, is speed. Put someone who was quick next to him. This guy's playing next to Shaw, who's not good enough, even though Shaw didn't play yesterday.
You tell me how many bad matches Maguire has next to Bayern.
That's true.
I will be honest, though. I do agree with the captaincy thing.
Nah.
Here's the thing with that. I don't think he's been a bad captain.
No.
Would
This
you
isn't
give
me.
it to Bruno, is what you're saying?
No, this isn't me criticising him as a captain.
Oh, right, okay. Then. Fair enough.
I'm just saying, from an outsider looking in, for what Manchester United need from a captain, that's not Maguire.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not vocal enough.
You know what it is though? I don't think apart from Bruno we have that vocal player.
And that's the problem, and that's the only reason why Maguire's got the captain's
He gets
armband.
it because he's a big centre back. That's like
and
an old
British,
school
man.
throwback thing.
He's English.
Big centre back.
That's the throwback in it. Your captain.
You're Steve Bruce, who's been a
Yes.
captain before in the
You know what I'm
past.
saying? Your
Gary
Pallister,
Pallister's,
you know what I'm saying? You
Tony
Ferdinand
Adams.
Vidic.
Yeah, John
I
Terry.
mean,
John Terry.
you know what I'm saying?
This is what I mean.
That's what they've tried to follow that mould. So for me, Maguire gets a lot of criticism, but I'm telling you now, any top player who has to play against someone where you're literally having to, you can't do two jobs. Yeah. I can't be here and there. I can't be. So if me and Stroh are here now, and AV's here now, I can't now cover that space and then cover my space. Do you get what I'm saying?
But that's what I was saying about Greenwood and as people working as a team and doing what I'm doing. It's a team game. I think too many people love blaming individuals when it comes down to certain.
Do you want the best example?
People.
Go on.
Van Dijk's the best defender in the world at the moment, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Look at him when he's next to Lovren.
Yeah.
Not the same player.
Yeah, it's
not.
Because he's got a donkey next to him who is awful.
It's true. It's like people don't understand. It brings your level down. You're only as good as what you're around.
And people try and disregard that because they don't like Maguire. Obviously, people are trolling the price tag, but it's right. Obviously, we've seen it with Messi, one of the best of all time. When he doesn't have players around him, even he struggles. And he is one of the world's best. He's one of the elite of all time. So it goes to show, because Georgiev says, thank you, Flawless. Like you've been saying, these players don't take accountability. And they put accountability in capital. And that's why I was glad that Bruno dug him out. Like, I'd like to see it more. Have a go, like.
We've seen it
be
with
upset.
Spurs as well, didn't we? When Lloris,
Lloris and Son,
Yes, this is what I'm saying, and Lloris is doing that. Like, you are not do your job. Like, if you for instance, if United conceded 2 goals yesterday to just sheer brilliance or great team move, fair enough. But it was basic goals we conceded.
This is what I said though. This is my point to do with
all
them 3 semi-finals. We've not had one. There's not been one game where someone has just took the game by control and just outclassed us. You know, like when we played Barca a few years ago.
Yeah.
And Messi just turned it on, didn't he, against us. We had that first leg at our ground. It was a bit close, but they won. And then we went to the new camp, and
Messi, which is Messi.
He just turned it on. Then no one the next day was like, everyone was like, United fans were like, did you see Messi? Like, if we lose them semi-finals like that, you put your hands up. It's when you're losing that matter of how we've lost all three of them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Just quickly before we move on, this is why it's a great thing for you guys. Is you look at City a few years ago when he had company, specifically when he lost the game to use 3-2. He's calling people out. He's having a go at him on the pitch.
Yeah.
He gets the criticism. You look at Henderson this season. He's dug out so many Liverpool players for not being good enough at that time when we needed him. For example, the Atletico Madrid game, he's on the bench and he's screaming at him. United haven't had that for a while. Now that you've got that, that stands you in unbelievable stead. Because this is where the men get separated from the boys.
Yes. Very good point. And Victor Lindelof is the littlest boy.
Go on, AV. You got one more point on it before we move on.
I just think like I said, I've watched Bruno. I've watched him many times, and I'm at this. I seen him when he got the ball. Greenwood passed it to him. He was down on the right hand side, and he was like to what Aaron Wan-Bissaka, get there. So it's not like he's not doing it. He's doing it from the dot. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just because he's gone and had a proper go at Victor Lindelof, that's what I'm saying. As a team, you can see that this guy's like, listen, we've been told what to do as a team, and we're not doing what we're meant to be doing, and that's all it needs to be done, isn't it?
Yes.
Whether it be defending or whipping the ball in the box, you know what I mean?
So it is what it is. But we could
that sound effects.
because you could literally just replay times when United have lost from any time from October up until now. How many shows, or whether you watch us on Aaron United's channel or United Central with Saeed, salute to them both, or Terry on the Football Terriers, I'd be saying you could literally replay it. Like, I don't even have to be on the show. You could literally just replay what I did. So I might just
do that one show.
Just replay it.
If something happens, we'll just replay our old show.
Just get a loop of flow.
Because I say the same thing. Oh, we rely on individual brilliance. Victor Lindelof.
Man will only know when they say the team name.
Yeah, that's it.
Man will do it in a minute. Watford. We ain't playing Watford for 8 months.
And that's why I'm just like, man, it's just me being up to here and like being Ollie. I'm done being mad at Ollie because I clearly see that you're not good enough.
It's just that point now. You know, like, for example, when you've got kids and you just go through that stage, and it's just like there's only so much you can be angry at him. Now you're just disappointed.
Oh yeah, it's like me now. I just know some of my sons are just bad. I'm not like, why is he doing this? Like, yeah, he's just bad, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
You just go to
accept it. You know what I mean? I've took that one. I've took that L there. Yeah, he's just bad, man. He's just a bad you. You know what I'm saying? I could try, you know what I'm saying, but he's just bad. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. Faris says here, admire your confidence, brother, for real. You seem insanely quick. If you could beat Adama Traore and Mbappe in a race, 100 meters in 10.5 seconds is insane respect.
Thank you, brother.
It is. But yeah, all right, we'll do a quick transfer update for the last bit of the show. So we'll go to you, Stro, innit? We need some intro music or something.
No, I need yellow time, man. Jim White over here, what we're saying.
You know what we're going to get you, actually? You know what? I'm going to get you the yellow pie radio tee.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting you. The yellow pie
transfer updates. You know what I'm saying? That's the best we can do right now.
So, I'm going to start off with one that's probably going to break Flawless's heart.
Oh, Lord. I'm going to leave.
Go on.
Thomas Partey looks like he's agreed to go to Arsenal.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. You see, with this one screams to me either better contract or better bid. I'm telling you. He's too much of a talent to go there. For me, this screams out someone else bid now. But go on.
Or where's Arjati come from? Where's he come from? City. It's under the management style. They've won a trophy. I keep saying this. It don't matter it don't matter what fan thinks of a trophy. When you win a trophy, you got decoration. You decorated, aren't you? And he's won his first trophy. We can't say he's not a good manager because we don't know yet. So why wouldn't he go to Arsenal? And plus, they're in London. That is a big pull.
Yes, that's a big pull for the African players.
Yeah, that helps.
The London
and with
clubs.
that as well.
The whole French Arsenal connection thing. You know what I mean?
And the African players as well. The bulk in the squad. So although Willian's on a ridiculously insane wage, he improves that. He's on 220 grand a week.
Supposedly, yeah, he's on 220.
Is it?
20K,
Is he 32?
Yeah, he's 32.
You know what though? I'm not gonna lie. That's a brilliant bit of business for Arsenal.
Not the 220K. I think
just him getting him as a
because
player.
he improves their squad significantly. So, for example, if they start with the front three of a Lacazette and Aubameyang and a Pepe, and that's not working, you can bring Willian on. You can't bring. Do you know what I mean? Like that's massive.
Here's where I think Willian's gonna play in that squad. You know how they play the three up front, but they still have the 3-5-2.
Mm-hmm. You reckon like a 10 or something in the reserve?
No, I think he's gonna be one of those wide players.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be one of those either left side or right side.
Probably right.
Instead of what's his name, the Maitland-Niles.
Is he?
Oh, so you're talking about like a wing back?
Yeah.
Not wing back
No.
because it's not Arsenal when they play it. It's not really
Yeah, it's like a
wing-back.
3-4-3.
Yeah,
Right,
it's like
okay.
man's like
Yes, I get
right
what you're
midfield. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like right midfield and then all them three. Because even when you look at them three up front, they don't necessarily play as a flat three. Do you get what I mean?
I fully get what you're saying.
So
yeah, I hear that.
it's he's kind of got that thing going where mid-match the formation moves and changes. If you could have mid-match the four of them on, I'm talking Willian, Pepe, Aubameyang, and Lacazette.
Boy.
But yeah, that's Thomas
dangerous.
Partey.
I forgot
Like
about
the
that.
reason why Stroll said that is gonna break my heart because anyone who's listened to me for any any form, well, any long form of time, like knows how big a fan I am of Thomas Partey. So if he goes to Arsenal, like I would be devastated. I think
How
it's
much
quality.
is he going for, Straw? How much
It's
is
cheap
it?
as well.
50 mil it's supposed to be.
It's basically, from what I've seen, it's 47 million with about 8 and 9 million add-ons,
That's
depending on.
is that not his
His release clause,
clause?
something like that.
45 or something like that.
Quality,
Yeah.
and he improved. The thing is, he improves their team.
You
Improves
know
their
what?
squad.
I
He improves their first
I
11.
can't see
United, where you at?
the big teams in Europe letting a player like that go.
They can't.
He's one of those players. If you say a team now, big team, he gets in. He gets in everyone's 11.
And I've said this on
He
this
gets in
very
Juve,
show.
PSG,
I've said this.
Liverpool.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've said this.
Everyone,
He gets in City with Fernandinho winding down. He gets in there. You get
Barcelona,
what I'm saying?
everyone.
City-
You know what I'm saying?
It screams Manchester City for me
Yes.
Yeah.
because of Fernandinho.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is where I don't know. I think it's because you see with what I don't get with it. It's not like with the Sancho and United one where it's like, you know, they're not in agreement. He's been flirting with this idea of Arsenal for time. For me, if this was concrete, it's done. It would be already
Yeah, maybe
done.
he's looking at it like, all right, someone else might come in.
Yeah,
for
It's
that.
a similar to Aubameyang, where he was not signed his contract yet because he's waiting for better offers.
Yeah.
He knows Arsenal's there. He knows he can go there, but it's whether, for example, Manchester City comes in, a Real Madrid comes in.
Yeah.
or
Give
do
it
you know what I mean?
Friday or whenever the
Liverpool or
Champions
something.
League finishes, and we'll see.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, go
Chelsea are about to fork out 120 million on 2 English defenders,
Who?
i.e. Ben Chilwell and Lewis Dunk.
Who?
on. And Lewis Dunk, for real.
40 million.
Is
So
it Brighton.
yeah.
Liverpool?
Lewis
So
Dunk.
basically Leeds.
Man just basically bought a next version
So-
of Shaw and Maguire.
So Ben White. So Ben White's on loan from
That's so
Brighton.
disrespectful.
Right.
So Ben White's been on loan at Leeds, and Leeds are basically trying everything they can to get him. They've had a £22 million bid rejected, and they've had a £30 million
See,
bid
one
rejected.
second. I'm not right. I like football and that. How do you get bought for 22 million? Man, don't really know who you are.
Nah, I'll tell you now. If Ben White gets a season in the Premier League, he'll go for 50, 60 million. He's that good.
Who's this? Who's this guy? Go on.
He's been
Go back on the top.
he's at Brighton,
Right.
but he's been on loan at Leeds. Now I've
Right.
watched Leeds enough this season. This kid is phenomenal.
What position does he play?
Centre back.
Centre back.
Okay.
So Brighton are basically saying, look, we're going to reject the offer for Ben White.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Chelsea, you can have Lewis Dunk.
Yeah.
We've got our future,
We've got our
and we'll get
ready-made.
more money out of Ben White than what we will for
So
Lewis
we've
Dunk.
got our ready made, and then whatever money you're getting. we can
Exactly.
Chelsea are
put
really
into
looking
our-
at Lewis Dunk. Like scouting
How much-
network.
How much is Lewis Dunk?
40 million. is what they're-
Scouting networks
wow.
are really not earning their money's worth. I've said this. Like
Well,
scouting
you know what?
networks are. How is there is a lack of quality centre backs that we all in this room, obviously Usman's knowledge is more than mine, but in terms of in Europe, quality centre backs.
Bro.
But surely scouting networks worldwide can scout a centre back for Chelsea
Brother.
better than Lewis Dunk.
Brother, look at my man the other day, Upamecano.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
so-
see that match,
yeah,
bro?
yeah,
Did
he's
you
done.
see how he had
Costa.
Diego Costa looking like some undermanner's pet, fam?
But
He had him-
Upamecano is if you wait a year, next year he goes for 50 million. If you buy him now, he's like something ridiculous.
Yeah,
Go
they'll
check
try
his-
and squeeze
Yeah, so
everything
they're
out of that
gonna-
orange.
Might as well wait, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Squeeze all the
I
juice
think
out
at
of that
United, I
orange.
don't think we can wait to
And then-
be honest.
And then, so I'm just going to rattle through these. So, because Leeds are now losing out on Ben White, it looks like they're actually going to get John Stones due to the Bielsa and Pep.
John Stones.
Oh, right, okay. So
That-
John Stones is going to Leeds.
That could be phenomenal.
So basically, it's in the talks. If John Stones looks like he could move to Leeds due to Bielsa's relationship with
What, full
Pep.
transfer?
full transfer,
Okay.
25 to 30 million, I believe.
Wow. I
That's
thought Arteta would have bought him for Arsenal.
Why
So
can't we just like get rid of a Phil Jones to these man, bro, for like 6 million?
He's
and
injured,
them?
by the way. Phil.
I just want to shout out my cousin as well, because he said he's just literally just WhatsApped me, and he was like, "No way, I was typing in JADON Sancho highlights and found this," and he's found the show. So salute to my cousin. I'm not gonna bait you up, because I salute to my younger cousin. He's watching the show live now.
Jeez.
He stumbled across it by accident.
You should have been watching anyway.
Yeah, you should have been. Innit? I want to say that, but you know what? These youths are big in it, and he's big. He's only like, I think he's 17, 18, and he's bigger than me. You get me? He's taller than me, so I can't even friend him and that.
We'll get him as an enforcer, man.
He's eating that good mac and cheese and chicken in it.
Yo, kid's just big, yo. He just tall. I'm like, yo, I can't even chat history because he might beat me up. You know what I'm saying? And I want to smoke. But nah, salute to because going.
So Joe Hart.
Oh yeah, seen this.
Tottenham.
Mad.
Because they're losing Michael Vaughan, so they need a backup keeper. It's gone. He's having his medical sorted.
How much?
Free?
Free
transfer.
From Villa.
No, from Burnley. Yeah, from Burnley.
And he was a claret colour.
You know what?
My man's fell off though, but
I rate
him. I rate him for getting that move though.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Considering where his career's gone,
that's a great move.
That's a great move. Even if he is the cup keeper or whatever, or someone gets injured.
I'm not saying he's rubbish though, because I remember seeing a quick interview on him and he was saying it's that Pep effect, and people were like, "What you on about?" He said, "Just because Pep said I couldn't play with his feet, people were saying I can't play."
Yeah, it's similar to the Chris Kirk and Rafa Benitez situation.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which is Manchester United related, is Newcastle now looking to put in a £15 million bid for Chris Smalling.
Mike Smallings. Yo, shout out Mike.
I don't think we'll sell him for 15 mil simply because you've got the Serie A lot interested. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Newcastle are now the favourites to sign him.
Because supposedly he's worth 70. They put a £17 million price tag on him before. Exactly.
I think for 15 million, I would sell him in a heartbeat.
No. After last night,
go on. Getting back.
Certain little Swedish man there.
Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I'm calling
Swedish slush man.
Because here's the issue with that. Just because Lindelof is not good enough, which I don't think he's good enough, doesn't make Smalling the answer. Go and sign a centre back. We need a centre back. Like, I'm sick of us trying to. Alright, so he's not you personally, but I've seen this happen where it's like, alright, so because he isn't good enough, we should try Smalling. No, Smalling's not good enough. The same way Jones is not good enough. The same way Rojo's not good enough. The same way Lindelof's not good enough. Go and sign a centre back. Manchester United need a top quality centre back. Go and sign one. It's not rocket science. Manchester United need a top quality left back. Go and sign one. Like, this is easy thing. This is quick maths. It's so simple. United need a holding midfielder that is quality. You got Thomas Partey going. Kante is supposedly available. You have Ndidi. You have my man at PSG. Pick one. You got four. And that's me with my limited footballing knowledge. This is Manchester United with the biggest scouting network, I believe, in the country. Go and find it. It's terrible. Go and locate a DM. Go and locate a centre back. Go and locate a left back.
You see, with our scouting, it's a quick one. I don't think our scouting's been good from
time
long into the 30 days.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like, from when man are getting Obertans and Bebes and these man there.
Cleberson.
It's not been good. Nah, Cleberson had a very, very good World Cup. I can see why that happened. Everyone else, you actually seen something there. I can't see where you seen what did you see from Obertan to say he's the next Ronaldo, or do you know what I'm saying?
That was
you seen like some stepovers on YouTube or what? You know what I'm saying? Like Cleberson for me, he had an exceptional World Cup.
He was good at the World Cup. He put himself in the shop window.
That was a
blank.
Lauren Blanc said, "Don't buy him." Ferguson did.
Don't buy who?
Don't buy Obertan.
There you go, man's French, you know. Man's giving you the lowdown on the man them. That's his man them, you know.
Man said, don't buy
see, that's why Lauren Blanc is realer than Giggs. Realer than Giggs. Man seen the man them and said, nah, he's not good enough, fam. Giggs just seen the man them and said, yo, man them, got this brother here, you know, he's quick, he's a winger. Nah. Lauren Blanc kept it all the way true.
Yeah, kept it 100%.
Can I just speak to footballing teams and footballing managers? Can we stop buying players based off the back of one decent World Cup? We bought El Hadj Diouf and didn't get Nicholas Anelka. Can we just let me just repeat that. We let go Prime Anelka. He was at Liverpool. We let him go and we signed El Hadj Diouf. Let it just sink in for a minute.
Was a good player for you at that time.
No, let that sink in. El Hadj Diouf. Who is El Hadj Diouf? We had Nicholas Anelka. Why are we buying El Hadj Diouf?
Yo,
stop.
It wouldn't surprise me as now we know about Anelka, if Anelka was causing some mad problems.
No, that's the thing. He wasn't.
The documentary was Anelka. Wasn't Anelka the troublemaker that people
go watch the documentary. He's actually heartbroken that he never joined us because he had everything there for him. Everything was there. Gerard Houllier, who is a god in France, management wise. We had him on loan. Why are we buying iHouse Juve and we're letting Nicholas Anelka go? It is like literally going to somewhere in Wivenshaw, picking up a girl from an estate, right? And then you've got Beyonce there, but you let Beyonce go for the girl there. Like, what are we doing?
Maybe the girl.
All time Wivenshaw,
Yeah, serious. Maybe the girl on the. Hey, no offense to any guys listening whose girlfriend might be from an estate in Wivenshaw. That's why I want to put out there. Or any estate in general. Hey, all estate gal ain't bad. You know what I'm saying?
You get my point, no? Prime Beyonce.
Get the analogy.
Anelka's prime Beyonce. What are we doing? That is why Liverpool at that time never won the Premier League because of stupid transfers like that. El Hadj Diouf. What? I need to stop before I lose my head.
JPW says that was the biggest mistake in our club's history. El Hadj Diouf, embarrassing. Akil P agrees with you, JV. He says here, why would Smalling move to Newcastle when that interest from better Serie A clubs that he has been good in that league? Yeah, true. I just want
money, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm not fussed.
If Newcastle are gonna, if United have valued him at 17 million, and the club like Inter are wanting to pay 10 million, they're gonna sell him to 7 million. They're gonna sell him to Newcastle.
It's not whoever he wants.
You don't know his personal. His missus is from the north, innit? Do you know what I mean? He might want to stay in the north. We don't know, do we?
Yeah, we're unsure. I just like from a United fan perspective. I'm not fussed as long as he's not at Manchester United. That's why whether it's Newcastle, it's Serie A,
and then
it's whoever. Yeah,
and then the last bit of transfer news, which is I'm kind of heartbroken. Now that Ronald Koeman is not at Barcelona, now looks like, and we're getting Thiago, looks like Ginny's going to Barcelona.
Oh, Wijnaldum's going to
Barcelona.
Wijnaldum's Dutch, isn't it? Dutch connection.
Yeah. Yo, you know what though? It felt like from you got to look at it like that though. Like he's won the league. He's won the Champions League with Liverpool. First time in how many odd years? 30 years. No pun, no plug there. I'm just saying. Yeah. I might just think, you know what? Yeah,
it's a move.
Yeah, I'm getting off.
He's done. He's done.
Yeah. I want to play with Messi or whatever.
If you said to him when he goes to Liverpool, you'll win Champions League and you'll win the league, he'll probably say, "Yeah, I'll be happy with that, and I'll move on."
Yo,
do you know what I mean?
He came from Newcastle as well.
He got relegated.
But, you know
what I'm saying?
No,
if you would have said from relegation,
showing love though, I gotta give it him.
Put it like that. If you would have said,
Ronaldo,
if you would have said that day he gets relegated at Newcastle, you'll win the league, you'll win the Champions League, and you'll play for Barcelona in the next 5 years. You go,
I think everyone would take that.
And one more thing. Aston Villa had an £18 million bid rejected for Origi.
Oh,
Aston Villa, they try to deaf strikers. They got that Trezeguet. Who's the other guy they signed that they've got playing up top?
It's
Samatta.
Yeah, Samatta.
He's awful. I watched him play. He's like, you're big and you can't even hold the ball up. You don't bully. How did they not get relegated? You gotta give Grealish some credit. You gotta give Grealish a lot of credit. Because I watched them, I'm like, yo, this is a championship side.
They're terrible. No, they are.
And it's not even like a top, this is barely a playoff championship
That's
side.
what I said. You can see them at 10th in the championship and you won't bat an eyelid.
Before I forget, speaking of Leeds are looking to buy both Callum Wilson and Josh King.
That's interesting.
Good moves.
Leeds are looking to do a madness, you know.
I said that. Bournemouth.
They got that kind of dough.
They've got a foreign owner.
Yeah, so they've got a foreign owner, but they've also, part of the owners is the San Francisco 49ers, so they've got massive endorsements through them.
But yeah, just want to say to everyone who is watching on YouTube, please make sure you hit, before we come to the end of the show, hit the like button and subscribe to the Pi Radio. Hit the notification bell. From a Third Eye View goes live every Monday. We discuss
every Monday,
7 p.m. till 9 p.m. It's normally Premier League, but obviously with the lockdown and coming back, we discuss Champions League, Europa League, because we're footballing fans. AV8 has joined us here. Make sure you follow him on Instagram, which is at AV8Spin. That's AV8Spin. Is that correct?
V.
Number 8. Yes, the spin. Yeah. So we'll make sure we tag him. Make sure you follow us across all our socials, myself, JV, and Stro. And this has been From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah.